Been waiting. Just waiting all day. Just waiting all day for Bucky news. Nothing yet. Nothing yet is no news. Good news is no news. Bad news, we don't know. We don't even know what's going on. We're hearing wrist. We're hearing ankle. I don't think it's anything crazier than that, but that could be a game. It could be 2 games. It could be no games. We don't know. We have nothing. We have no information at all. This all stems from Todd Bowles. Hey, are you worried about Bucky? Is he one of the players you're worried about? Yeah. And that's it. I mean, we're waiting on an MRI. We know that. We're waiting on an MRI. We'll find out more. I've been sitting here. I'm a little late today because I wanted to get this information, which I had pretty much thought we would have by 8 p.m. Eastern. So no news, good news, no news, bad news. We don't know. People are gonna have different theories. We have more to come on that. I'll be looking at the waiver or looking at the news wires and X and refreshing the whole show. I think we'll have an update hopefully on this show. Lamar Jackson looking very doubtful for week number 5. We're going to go over some other injury news and notes. File on in. This is your one-stop shop, the only place you need to go. We're live Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern, every single Monday through Friday, like this show right here. We're live whenever big news breaks, like the Bucky news, any news. If you hear something big, you just race on over to this YouTube channel because you know your boy's going live. I'm also live almost every single midnight. I'm here for you all the time. The Fantasy Football Show begins right now, ladies and gentlemen. File on in.
Live from the FantasyFootballShow.com studios. It's the Fantasy Football Show. Live! Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern. Smitty is also live whenever news breaks.
So, waiting the Bucky news. We will hopefully have something for you shortly. I will continue to refresh everything I have at my disposal as we're live here. Lamar Jackson likely to miss week 5 with the hamstring. This was so bad he couldn't go back in the game. He got pulled. Everybody thought, did he get benched? This was kind of crazy when it went down. So we need to make sure we're on red alert with the waiver wire. For those of you that don't know, I do waiver wire every day. Every day is waiver wire day on the channel. We don't do this. Watch my waiver wire show. It's according to. We'll have the waiver wire, and in order to talk about it, we have to go back to the old video. No, not on this channel, not on my watch. We do waiver wire every day. And on this waiver board, you see the boy known as Woody Marks, the midseason monster extraordinaire that we've talked about all offseason long. This guy is a marvel. This guy is a beast. This guy is a PPR monster. Woody Marks might be him and Benson. And honestly, like, you look at these RBs, there's a strong chance that Woody Marks is just as good as these guys at 10 out of 10, which means that tonight, if he's available, full load drop is in order. But you're looking at right here, right now, the top pickups of the year, essentially. The odds of being 10 out of 10, if we're doing a scale from 1 to 10, odds of being the best pickup of the year. These gentlemen right here qualify as that. And there's always going to be multiple players that we're talking about. And it doesn't mean one isn't equally, as upside riddled as the other. But we're talking about this guy, Judkins, likely being the number 1 of the group. This guy could end up being the number 2 of the group. Scatterboo's fantastic. This whole gauntlet of amazing monsters right here is capable of a league-winning type of win shift for your team. So make sure you are all over the waiver wire. Judkins and Benson not likely available for those keyboard warriors right now typing, Smitty, there's no Judkins or Benson in my league. Well, good. You played an amazing league, but Steve over here that's watching the channel is in that group of 13 to 15%. And Steve deserves love too. The 8-man and 10-man leagues don't always have trash owners in it. Sometimes there's just a bunch of players on the waiver wire. And sometimes you have 5 or mandatory bench running backs in a really big shark league. So you got to relax. And if the name is not there anymore in your league, move on. Go to the next name, like Woody Marks, who's going to the mother freaking moon. No, not the moon. Mars?
To Mars.
Saturn?
To Saturn.
No. Maybe.
To Jupiter.
Maybe, because his stock is on the rise, baby. This, as we talked about all offseason long, 80-plus reception running back in college. Not in a career. In one singular season, Woody Marks had 83 receptions, something we highlighted in the offseason, and he's a marvel. Raise your hand if you already have Woody Marks on your roster. Put a thumb up emoji, a fire emoji, an eggplant emoji, or some wood. Drop some wood emojis with some fire emojis in the live chat. Woody Marks is a gem. Potentially a high-end running back too. Upside is present. Back to this right here. Lamar Jackson likely out. I think the reason I even went on this very, very long side tangent, I think I see a $100 hauler, which I will address in a second. We have Woody Marks here, but quarterbacks, if you're missing Lamar, you got to scour the waiver wire. You might say, Smitty, I think I'm going to get this question. If I have Lamar and no backup quarterback, what do I do? Go after a quarterback like Dart or Young or Browning or Wentz or May, or go Woody Marks? Woody Marks is the answer, because this is a 1 week situation and this is a season long situation. So that right there will help answer that question. We got look, I'm going to answer these super chats in order in which they're received, but the $100 hauler needs to be addressed. The elephant in the room where everybody's pretty needs to be addressed.
Smitty, everybody's pretty. I don't even know why they're getting ditty.
$100 hauler from Gary. Gary, you are a monster, bro. A savage. Need you, brother. $1,000 league. Offer JT, Scat, and Packers defense and Ladd for Genty, Keenan Allen, and Benson. JT, Scat, Packers D, and Ladd for Genty, Keenan Allen, and Benson. I'd take JT and Scat and the Packers defense. Am I alone on that one? Can I get a vote on this one, please? Everybody vote in the chat, JT or Genty side of this. Assuming this is redraft. Dynasty, I would lean Genty. But redrafts, JT's been balling out. I am worried a little bit about this, this rise of Genty, being just the beginning. So let's see what everybody says in the chat. This guy's a joke, says Bilo. Bilo, you want to clarify what you mean, Bilo? Before, just real quickly, I'm just curious. Why am I a joke, Bilo? What did I do? What did I do to deserve that comment? I'm just curious, Bilo. But the question is, will you even answer? Or are you one of those that just drops? Yeah, okay. Bilo, how about this, Bilo? I do wonder, Bilo, why you're even here. This is horrible content, yet here you are. Or there you were. Thank you, Bilo. We appreciate your content and things that you add to this channel. Is amazing experience, Bilo. It was fun while it lasted. I wonder what drives someone to spend their time on a channel they don't like. what makes him want to hang out at all? If I didn't like somebody, I don't think I'd go over to their house and kick my feet up on the coffee table and be like, "What's up, bro? I don't like you. Drove over here in rush hour to spend some time with you. I just don't like you." But do you have a drink or anything could I get some water? You mind if I use your restroom? I mean, what? I don't understand. I don't understand what you'd be doing here. Guys, can we get a vote on this? JT side. Bilo, I still appreciate you, even though you don't appreciate me. How's that? Okay, man, I feel like this one's tough. The Scat's a nice addition here. I'm keeping JT side. JT can keep up with Genty, even if he keeps popping off. These are all very good explanations. Gary, the reason I'm asking in the chat is because when you watch Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, if anybody remembers that show, asking the audience was powerful. That's why I always ask the audience. I feel like this is a situation where I'll be honest with you. I am worried about things staying as good in Indianapolis as they are, but I'm also worried about the Raiders having bad games that just prevent Genty from doing what he just did. I think Genty will continue all year, but there's as much risk on all sides. You know what I'm saying? Like this, it's offensive line and the Raiders keeping it together and being smart game in and game out and not having missteps in certain games, not blocking bad in certain games. Defense is, crowding the box and saying, well, you know what? Make Geno win the game. So there's less risk with JT. Even if you're worried about JT or JT's injury history is in the back of your mind, I think JT's safer. And Scadaboo's really, really good as well. And I'll be honest with you, bro. I really like Ladd McConkey. I really, and I don't care what anybody says. You're gonna get 4 or 5 people go, Ladd sucks right now. Ladd sucks. Ladd doesn't suck. That's before you enter it and hit enter. I don't want to call you a casual if you're one of my loyal people. So just don't hit enter, please. It's a casual comment to say Ladd sucks. If you want to say Ladd is not doing anything, Ladd's playing like trash this year, or I don't know if Ladd will ever return to form. I think this year he'll play like trash. I get that, but when you say Ladd is trash or Ladd's not good or Ladd's not a great, potential player, it's casual. It's casual because he's got a lot of upside, and it could take till week 10. It could take till week 12. It could take till week 14. It could take till week 9, 8. It could be next week. Ladd will come around. Ladd will come around. Keenan Allen's older. He'll slow down. Quentin Johnson, are we really going to, through 4 games, just lock him into the number 1 wide receiver role? Maybe some of you will because you own him and you're excited about it. At least be honest about it. Like, Smitty, well, I have QJ, so I'm going to go ahead and say QJ is it. QJ is it. But I'm telling you right now, Ladd will be more than serviceable. So that's what we're looking at. Appreciate you. Bucky Irving, ankle still gathering medical opinions. His status is up in the air for week 5. Here is the Bucky Irving update as of right now. Some intrigue surrounding Bucky. Buccaneers running back Bucky Irving is still gathering medical opinions on what's being termed an ankle and or foot injury. Sources tell me. No one has ruled Irving out for this week. But he is sore and his status is up in the air for his return to practice tomorrow. So that's the update as of right now. That's not the worst news in the world. Now, gathering other medical opinions is never what we want to hear. That's never a great sign, but it's better than having literally no update at all. So it's better than having a horrible update. Let me put this update on screen. Gary, the JT vote wins. And on top of that, I really, really, really like Ladd McConkey. But this is a good side. I also don't trust the Arizona Cardinals as much as I would like with this question, with the Benson side of this thing. He is the one player that I feel like has the upside to be as good as all these other load drop running backs, bro, that we're considering full load drop running backs off the waiver wire. The 10 out of 10s. Benson is the one that has the most situational concern and coaching concern and usage concern, and maybe we're watching this team misuse him greatly. Here's your Bucky update. Bucky Irving gathering more opinions. Let me put this on screen so people that come in, they'll know that we have the update up on screen. Bucky still gathering medical opinions. Not ruled out week 5 yet. Okay, that's the update for Bucky. I'll put that at the top of the screen so that when people come in, if people say any update on Bucky, I got it right at the top of the screen. That's good news versus being told that he's got a high ankle and he's out for 4 weeks. So again, if anybody's just joining us, some intrigue surrounding Bucky Irving. Bucks running back Bucky Irving still gathering medical opinions on what's being termed an ankle and or foot injury. Sources tell me no one has ruled Irving out versus the Seahawks, but he is sore and his status is up in the air as the Bucks return to practice tomorrow. Look, that's the best news we probably heard all day, to be honest with you, even though there's still concern about it, even though I don't know what it means, even though none of us do. It is still something that that doesn't make me, cry into a pillow right now or end the live stream and smash my monitor on the ground. At least I'm sitting here going, okay, he's not ruled out for even practice tomorrow, so that's good. Thank you again, Gary, for the $100 hauler. Lamar Jackson, doubtful for week 5. Bucky, not even ruled out for practice tomorrow. Not ruled out for week 5, but still gathering medical opinions. So take that for what it is. This here, right here, Braylon Allen suffered an MCL sprain, will likely land on injury reserve, be out for 4 games, and then we'll see what he's looking like even after that point. So Breece Hall on the rise. Breece Hall
on the rise.
To the moon. Breece Hall. It's 8 foot tall.
Get breached.
I don't know. Where's my Breece Hall button? I'm trying to hit it.
Breece Hall is 8 foot tall. He will always answer the mother freaking call. Don't let him fall.
And as for the JS, JS is yelling at me here. JS, all capitals. Smitty! Do you know what's going on with Benson? We don't know what's going on with Benson. There's nothing really being reported on Benson having any sort of significant injury, but there is talk that he's resting or so we'll have to see what's going on with Benson. JJ McCarthy, Kevin O'Connell said he hopes JJ McCarthy ankle will practice this week. I think they're still wanting to give Wentz one more go to see what's what. If Wentz doesn't have a great game, then they'll be like, yeah, McCarthy's back. Current belief is that Browns are going to make a quarterback change and start Dylan Gabriel. That's in full motion right now. Gabriel likely to start week 5. If we need a quarterback, I wouldn't really recommend it, but Trey Benson, undisclosed. See, here's the undisclosed injury. I was getting to it, pal. Did not practice on Monday. Not talking about what this is. I don't know what it is with the undisclosed. Like, why are we getting away with this? Why is the Bucky news go under the radar in terms of being labeled? What is it? What did he injure? How are these teams all of a sudden now going, you know what? We're not telling you what's wrong with these players. I don't get what's going on. I don't know where this trend happened and why they're getting away with it. These coaches. Why are you able to say undisclosed? We'll let you know later. Why are you able to say that Bucky Irving has this foot/ankle injury 1.5 days later? Why can't we know now? I don't understand why this is being such a weird situation right now. McCarthy, Tyreek Hill, for those sleeping under a rock. His knee surgery could keep him out for even part of 2026, obviously. I mean, he dislocated his whole knee. I've got a video. I thought about putting it up on Instagram, but it's so brutal, and then people get really mad when you post that stuff. But people want to see what happened because it helps them understand how bad the injury is. But just because people get up their panties in a bunch over it, I didn't post it. But Tyreek Hill's knee, literally when he landed, it was like this. And it was like twisted, and it was like you couldn't even like put it back. It was so bad. And at the wrong side of 30, that I don't know that he'll ever return to form. And who's going to take a gamble on him? And is he going to even ever? His leg is toast. He's toast. There's no team. There's no way he would stay healthy for a whole year anyway. If he did find his way back onto a field, it's just not going to happen. So Tyreek's season, his career, all of it's over. Braylon Allen. And prayers up to him. No one's excited about it, but prayers up to him for sure. The whole situation was weird too, how he was like clapping and yelling yes, and everyone's like, come on, man. He's just trying to, take in the mood. But there's that video footage. I mean, he's just, I think it's right. I forget where I have it. I don't know. I have a screenshot of it, but he's just like, as he was, he's clapping as he's being carted away, and it was like, that's understandable because the crowd's cheering and he's just, he doesn't know what to do. Like, it's a shocking, adrenaline, painful experience, and I've had my knee mangled like that too, so I actually know from experience what it feels like to have your knee snap to the side and tear your ACL, your MCL, your LCL. I tore all that, meniscus. Now, I didn't tear what the PLC part of the knee necessarily. I had some strain and some strain on there. But as they're carting him away, he's clapping like this, and then he goes, yes, yes. And everyone's like, what is he doing? Like, you know, and even Antonio Brown put like CTE man of the day or something like that on his, you know, Antonio Brown's always messing with the CTE stuff. But, you know, prayers up to him, man. Look, no one wishes injury upon anybody. And Tyreek Hill gave us such an amazing, you know, years worth of fantasy football goodness and glory. He deserves a standing ovation. So let's give Tyreek Hill a standing ovation and a good wishes and prayers up. Goodbye, if you will.
Mashed potatoes!
Appreciate you, Tyreek, and all you've given us over the years, truly. That's all the news, guys. Bucky still gathering medical opinions, not ruled out of week 5 yet. That's good. Lamar, doubtful for week number 5. This can be changed from pending to Bucky, not ruled out week 5. There we go. All right, let's roll through these super chats that are awaiting your boys. Thank you very much, Gary, for that $100 super chat. I hope that helped you. Problem Bless, appreciate your $20 hauler. Got it on screen here, young man. Michael, appreciate your $20 hauler. Got it on screen right here. I'll handle these 20s in order in which they're received, so hang tight real quickly as I gather them and assemble them on screen. Michael, appreciate your $20 hauler, young man. I will answer that in just 1 second. Give me a chance to grab these super chats and put them on screen. We got G Money with the $20 super chat. G Money, thank you. Let's grab these and take this over to the high roller part of the studio. Boom. These are the $20 haulers, and I will answer them right now. G Money, thank you. Let me see if I can move these over though. Put them right here. Michael, appreciate you again. Michael here, I've got yours. Problem Blessed, thank you. Michael, which Bucks running back should I cuff to Bucky? Right now, it feels like Rachaad White. I know everybody thinks that, and right now, I'll be honest, I said it was Sean Tucker all offseason. I'm not really saying that I'm wrong on that because it's different when the running back goes down. The change of pace back that's in there getting change of pace work isn't necessarily the person that they just all of a sudden becomes the starter because they're involved in the offense heavily. That third down running back role oftentimes stays put, and it's the running back that hasn't touched the field or the turf or grass for as much time that comes in and becomes that workhorse. Sean Tucker is such a monster. What will probably happen if Bucky was to miss time, Sean Tucker and Rachaad White would probably split reps, even from the jump. And whichever running back had the hot hand, which I would assume would be Sean Tucker between the tackles, you'd see Sean Tucker get 10 to 12 carries. You'd see Rachaad White get 8 to 10 carries and get 4 or 5 receptions. That's probably the way the divide would go. For people to assume it's all Rachaad White, I don't think that's going to be the case, but anything's possible, Michael. Appreciate your super chat. G Money says, hey, Smitty, 3-1, 12 team, half PPR, QB, JD5 May, running back, Bijan, Kyren, Benson, wide receiver, Debo, Ibuka, Coleman, Ridley, Franklin. Any trades or upgrades to this team? It's going to be nice to get JD5 back, although Drake May's done an excellent job in his stead. Bijan, Kyren, Benson, very strong running backs. Debo, Ibuka, Coleman, Ridley, Franklin. Obviously, you're struggling at that wide receiver 3. If it were me, I would probably move Kraft on the high if I could. If I could take Kraft, turn him into an Adams, turn him into a wide receiver that is under the radar, wide receiver 1 capable. And I think Adams fits the bill most of all for you. If I'm looking around at the wide receivers, bro, and I say, which wide receiver is the one that's just literally nobody's giving him the respect that I think on the field he's deserving of. It's definitely going to be Adams. I love Pickens as well. Pickens, especially if we do see Lamb, which I don't know if Lamb will miss as much time as people anticipate. And make sure if you buy Lamb, you buy him as if he is going to miss that time everybody expects. But I mean, damn, Pickens is a fantastic player to go get. I think DK Metcalf for Kraft would be a good player to go get. I think you could even go get BTJ, and let's say they had a Harvey or a Crafty Lad and BTJ for Kraft. Something like this makes a lot of sense for me, and I believe in Fannon's progression too. Fannon's a rookie. He could get better and stronger and faster and more elite as the season moves along. So I think it's not a bad gamble to take G-Money. Thank you for the super chat, G-Money. You are the man, the myth, the legend. We got another $100 hauler from Gary, who says the $20 hauler's got to wait because I'm ready to get my question answered again. So Gary, everybody's pretty. One more time, run it back.
Smitty, everybody's pretty. $100+ holler. I don't even know why we're getting.
Gary, you're a monster. Gary, you are a monster. You go into the double high roller environment, my boy. He's countered getting JT, Ladd, and Jake for Aubrey, Benson, Mixon, Sutton, and Keenan. What? Getting JT. So if you're getting JT and Ladd, and you're only giving up Mixon, Sutton, and Keenan, are you sure you're not also giving up Genty? I'm pretty sure. Gary, can you advise me what you're talking about here? Because I feel like maybe you left out Genty on accident here. So I'm going to wait for you to respond on this. But assuming Genty's involved in this other side, I can't imagine he's not. I don't know that Sutton's, man, Genty and Sutton and Keenan is different than Ladd and JT. Not Genty. So you're literally getting JT and Ladd. By the way, I would let him keep Ladd if you're telling me you're getting JT, Ladd, and you're only giving up Benson, Mixon, Sutton, and Keenan Allen. I would smash that JT side so crazy. If you're giving up JT, they're trying to kick you right in the sack. So I don't know if you just worded this wrong, but if you have JT, you can't even consider this trade. If this is his counter, this is the worst trade offer you've ever been sent.
You are offer sex. You are trade offer sex.
I would say, Gary, if that's being sent to you, that's his counter, and you be giving up JT. That's one of the most ridiculous offers I've ever seen assembled. If you're getting JT, you're smashing that, obviously. Okay, thank you, pal. And honestly, I think your team looks fine, bro. And I wouldn't worry so much about forcing any of these trades. You want to make sure you're holding onto your studs. Steve says Smitty is no joke. Great content on the daily. I'm gonna win my league thanks to Smitty. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. Valdez dropping the solid. Got a lot of Woody drops in there. Woody marks to the moon. A lot of logs. Everybody drop a log if you've got one in the chat, please. Appreciate you. If you got the log emoji available or accessible to you at this current time, just drop a log emoji. It's appreciated. Appreciate the support. Hassan, I don't know how Hassan's $4.99 got in here, but we'll put it up here anyway. Hassan, what's up, Smitty? 12 team, 2-2. Knicks, Purdy, London, Wilson, Hampton, Sharps, Juwan. Any moves? I'd probably say with this one, bro, London and Garrett Wilson and Buka are nice. And then you've got Hampton and Chase Brown's a concern, but you could move. Look, Woody Marks might save the day. You might be starting Woody Marks. You like Chase Brown and even Garrett Wilson for JJ or a Lamb, or Chase Brown for Rice, or Chase Brown for Lamb, or Chase Brown and Kamara for one player. I know everybody's waiting on Kamara to go to KC, but like you're going to play the what if game. And if he goes there, what if he's not even used properly for a couple weeks? And so I'm trading Kamara and Chase Brown together for, I don't know, you could trade Chase Brown for Bucky. The Bucky owner might be panicking, but I would try and use Chase Brown and Kamara to go up slightly. Achan. You're not going to get Genty anymore. That was something you could have got last week. Running backs to maybe target would be Barkley or Henry. Go after one of those guys. Kyron, Judkins straight up. Hamptons, you got Hampton already. Judkins for Chase Brown and Kamara, and try and get something else with it. But Henry would be great. Henry, go after Henry, Hassan. Use those two running backs. Maybe throw in. You could do Marks and Kamara for Henry, probably. You might even trade Marks straight up. Let me see if I have any $20 haulers that need to be added to the screen here. Hold on a second. $20 hauler. We got this one here from White Mamba. White Mamba, appreciate you very much for dropping the 20 wad on screen, young man. You are the man, the myth, the legend. Michael, appreciate your 20. Actually, that wasn't 20. That was $9.99. I'm sorry. I'll still answer it, though, because I threw it on screen. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with my sorting system today. We got Andrew. Did I do Andrew's super chat already? Andrew, I'll get to your $49.99 in a second. Just hang tight. I got Problem Bless. I got Viral Clips with a $20 hauler. Viral, appreciate you. Okay, I think I'm caught up on the 20s on screen. Is Fannin Tootin, Indiana Jones worth dropping for Woody? I would say of that group, it would probably be Fannin if you're not using him as your starter, by the way. Okay, White Mamba, I said I'd answer this one real quickly. I had Hill, but now that he's out, what moves can I make? JD5, Bijan, Bucky, Judkins, your running backs are amazing. Let's try to move Benson, and I like your team a lot. Maybe Benson and Garrett Wilson for one wide receiver upgrade, White Mamba. So just go attack that. That would be pretty solid. Other than that, your team looks great. I wouldn't move much. I wouldn't move those starting running backs. Hey, Smitty, I just traded Waddle and Kamara for Genty. Was this a good move? Waddle and Kamara for Genty. It was. I don't think it was a good move. I think it was a great move.
You've just been Smitty approved.
I mean, that's a fantastic way to maneuver, my boy. And looking at this squad with Jamar Chase, I'd probably get rid of him. I've got a video on how to do that. Go watch that video. That video is up. It's how to trade Jamar Chase. It's a pretty good video, I think, that can help guide you. It's not just trading him for Derrick Henry. This is just one avenue. But this video, go look for this thumbnail and watch that video, because I think it will help you greatly. Not that I'm not going to give you advice here as well, but Henry, trading him for a wide receiver like JSN right now, Jamar Chase, if you have to give up more, the best way to trade Jamar Chase is to upgrade Jamar Chase, which is what the video focuses on. And that might sound counterintuitive or backwards or whatever, but if you take Jamar Chase and try and trade him for one player, what essentially the video explains, no one's going to want to take Jamar Chase from you for their JSN or something. They'd say, why would I do that? Or especially if you were to say like JJ, who's going to take Jamar Chase for JJ? Nobody. Because the onus and the responsibility all falls on Jamar Chase. So somebody's going to weigh that and say, Jamar Chase, he's too risky. But as soon as you make this a Jamar Chase and player for JSN or JJ, now all of a sudden the person's saying, well, you're giving me, let's call it Cam Scattaboo. You're giving me Scattaboo. Now this becomes not the onus is on Jamar Chase. It becomes well, what if he's the same guy? What if he does bounce back? Because now you have responsibility also falling on Scattaboo. So that's kind of how that works. And so I would say trade Jamar Chase. That video will help you, but you're trying to go get JSN, you're trying to go get JJ, giving up an Addison, giving up a Diggs with 100 yards, giving up an Evans who's injured. These things might help push it over the edge to get out of Jamar Chase in an even Steven way, because you're sacrificing a second piece. $20 hauler here. PPR, one flex, two wide receivers. Daniel Jones, Purdy, Hampton, ETN, Chuba, Benson. There's some running backs we can trade here. I like Lamb. I probably hold Lamb if I'm you. Lamb, I like Rice too. I think, we're so close to Rice coming back. It's worth trading for him. Benson for Rice. Sutton and Benson for HN. Sutton and Benson for one player. Sutton for Henry. Benson and Sutton for Henry and something. Addison and Benson for Henry. ETN for Achan and you do some sort of other player swap, so it's a 2 for 2. Etienne and Chuba for one bigger monster. McBride like it. Targeting Brees from one of the GMs and Kyron Williams and Ladd from the other one. So if you're doing Kyron Williams and Ladd, I'd do probably Addison and Benson for Kyron Williams. Get him to throw in Ladd. Chuba and Addison. These are moves I'd make with this team, but I'm very intrigued by getting Henry for a team like this, because if you get Henry and he fails, it's almost like it's not gonna kill you because you're buying him at such a cheap price tag. Close to a deal, sending Pickens, Charbonnet, Gainwell, and Benson for JT. That would be a home run. I don't think you get that. That's amazing if you do. Let us know, Viral, but that would be highway robbery. He wants Debo too. So it does sound like you're close minus that detail. So Benson, Debo for JT, that becomes harder, but I still do it. Now, Gainwell, Charbonnet, are those things that throw it off? No. It's not too much, probably. Chat, JT or Debo and Benson, Gainwell, Charbonnet. I think Benson's such a question mark in general, bro, because of how the Cardinals operate. The Cardinals are not a safe team. They're not safe decision makers. Benson's not a safe play caller. Nothing's consistent in Arizona. We've seen by MHJ's up and down even singular game where he's the worst receiver in the league. Then he comes back and has an amazing second half and redeems himself, like selling the shaggin' wagon for a moped. It was an unbelievable turn of events for MHJ. But because it's the Cardinals, and I can say that because I'm in Arizona, I'm a Cardinal fan. This is a horrible organization in so many ways. JT by a mile over that situation, in my opinion. And I love Debo and I love Benson. I do think they're both great players, but that's an easy call for me to get JT. I would definitely do that. I would pull the trigger. Everybody, please vote Debo side or JT side. Thank you very much. I think we have a couple more $20 haulers. One from George. George, thank you, my boy. Tatered Sandwich, always coming in strong with the super chats. I mean, what a monster Tatered Sandwich is. He's just he was born super chatting. I mean, it just that the super chat sound ching came out when Tatered was born. Tatered, appreciate you. Hughes, or I don't know how you say that, but thank you, pal. Appreciate you with the super chat, $20 hauler. Got you on the screen here. Let me see if there's any others. Viral Clips, thank you again for the super chat. Gary, thank you for that $50 or that $100, that double $100 hauler. Thank you, Michael. Thank you, Problem Bless. Thank you, Michael C, for the $20 super chat as well. And Gary with that other super chat, and then the $20 from G Money again. PPR got Bijan, Taylor, Nico, Jamar, Rome, Buka, BTJ, Tet, Judkins, Scatterboo. Looks like you're doing really well. He has Jettas, Rice, Jacobs, Chase Brown. He wants Jamar and Igbuka Scat for Jettas, Rice, and Chase Brown. Or he do Nico, Judkins for Jacobs and Rice. I'm not trading Nico and Judkins for Jacobs and Rice. I'm not doing that. And as far as this other trade, he wants Jamar Chase and Igbuka and Scat. Look, Jamar right now is not Jamar. So this is like saying this is a high-end wide receiver 2 or low-end wide receiver 1 in Jamar. And Igbuka is a top 5 to 7 wide receiver, roughly. Scat, very, very nice upside player. So you get Jettas. I'd take Jettas, Rice, and Chase Brown. I love Igbuka, bro, but I take the Jettas, Rice, and Chase Brown side. I take the gamble on Chase Brown. Plus, you can still trade him. Trade Chase Brown and another player for Derrick Henry. You do that in conjunction with getting Jettas and Rice and turn Chase Brown and something into Derrick Henry or Barkley on a buy low scenario, or just don't make that second move and you still just make this move. It's a league winning move, bro. The question is going to be, is Jettas going to pull his weight against Jamar Chase and Buka next week and the week after while you await Rice's return? Chat, can you vote on this one? Would you agree with me? Would you rather have Jettas, Rice, and Chase Brown, or Jamar Chase, Igbuka, Scatterboo? Please vote. As much as we love Igbuka, we got to answer that question sum total. This one here is from Tatered Sandwich. Team is Daniels, HN, Bucky, JSN, Wilson, Fannin, Marks, Bench, Sharps, Hendy, Okay. Traded Jamar for JSN and Mason. That's great. Drop Fannin for Goddard. For now, I'm okay with that. Not Waller. I'd rather Fannin than Waller long term on the season because Waller getting hurt's very likely. Any other moves? I'd probably say with that, you're looking at Woody Marks and maybe a wide receiver. Like, God, I don't even know if you could really move anything. Woody Marks and, you could try Woody Marks and Wilson to go get a JJ or higher. You could go wait on Lamb, Woody Marks and Wilson for Lamb and something, and just say, you know what, I'm gonna beast out, from the time of his return on with Rice and Lamb and JSN, but it's a risk because you're waiting up. But like Marks could get you maybe Adams. Marks could get you Devontae Adams right now if you wanted to grab a wide receiver. Past that, I'm just standing down, bro. You got Rice, you got all the players that I want walking into the rest of the season. I think that you explore Woody Marks for a wide receiver, explore Woody Marks for an Adams, explore Woody Marks for always explore buying Derrick Henry dirt cheap. Explore going and getting Jettas or Lamb or any wide receiver upgrade. I think you had Garrett Wilson. Was that what it was? Let me go back here. Garrett Wilson and Woody Marks for maybe an upgrade. So Wilson, Woody Marks for Jettas or St. Brown or Puka. Marks might be a really big key for you to make a trade. George, thank you. 12 team. Thank you, Tater Sandwich. May, Bijan, Bucky, Tyreek, Pickens, Henry. Look at this squad. Trade for wide receiver or keep more until Rice is back. Waiver Shakir. Shakir's not a bad ad if you were to be able to trade more. I don't know if anybody's going to give you the world for DJ Moore like you might be thinking, but I'm trading Walker away, especially if you don't have Charbonnet, which I might be missing, but I don't see him. Benson, I sell high. Walker, I sell. I keep Henry if I'm you. Obviously Tyreek's gone. Bijan, it's still a really good team. You're 4-0. And honestly, Tyreek Hill's not that big of a deal. I would say DJ Moore and probably Walker or DJ Moore and Benson, or all three, to go get that doubted player. Go get Adams. DJ Moore and Benson for Adams and something. DJ Moore and Benson for JSN and something. DJ Moore and Benson for... I wonder if you could give up all three for JJ. I mean, people are just panicking all over the place right now. Adams feels like the safest buy low player right now in fantasy at that wide receiver position. So I'm going to say get creative with that. Let me see if I can get these other super chats on here. McCaffrey and Golden for Hampton and Rice. McCaffrey and Golden for Hampton and Rice. Chat, vote on that one. Hampton and Rice or McCaffrey and Golden. I think that this is close, but it's tough because Hampton's a baller. And while he's not McCaffrey right now, McCaffrey's probably got the highest risk of getting injured of any player in the National Football League, man. It's such a tough situation. Hampton Rice, CMC, Hampton Rice. I would see if you can get a little bit more, bro, just because I think the fair market value commands it, and try and pull off just a little bit more. Now, the Christian McCaffrey owners are about to type right now. They're getting really upset because they own him. You got to understand where they're coming from. They own Christian McCaffrey, and they essentially are very, very upset when you don't say that McCaffrey's playing the full season. They get really mad. They're like, but he continues to play well. He'll continue to play well. Let me tell you one thing real quickly. McCaffrey will continue to play well. He will continue to score 15 to 20 points a game on pure brute force trauma. That doesn't mean he'll stay healthy. It makes him less likely to stay healthy. 1999 super chat. Thank you, pal. 4-0. Herbert, Dart, Saquon, Monty, Dobbins, Tootin, Mixon, Tyreek, QJ, Rice. I have waiver bids on Rashad White, Horton. Should I make trades? I'd probably say with this squad, bro, I'd try and move Monty and maybe QJ for just a slight running back upgrade. or wide receiver upgrade if you feel like it looks like you. The problem is you're 4-0, you're great, but you don't have a lot of depth. Monty's your running back too, and then you don't have a lot of security behind that. Dobbins you could use for now. I'd make sure you get Harvey if he gets dropped, or he probably won't, or if he got dropped, probably won't be dropped now. But if he was dropped, or you could trade for him. But trading for him off of a 19-point game is going to be hard, even though some of it was garbage time. People are still going to like it. Your wide receivers aren't very deep because you got injuries and you're waiting on Rice. So it's like, you kind of can't do much. You can't really sell Barkley high. Your team's one of those tough ones, age 13, where you just can't do anything. You got to wait a week. You got to wait for Evans to come back. You have no Rice yet. You could trade Rice now for Adams and something. Rice now for Garrett Wilson would be tough now. Rice now for Henry and try and get a receiver. But I don't know. For me, I'm probably saying you wait a week. And Tootin will rise up. Dobbins is tradable right now. If you could trade like how about this? Try and trade Dobbins and QJ. Dobbins off a 100-yard game. QJ's been doing QJ things. People apparently think he's QJ, the normal, consistent guy now. So go ahead and trade him away. And try and get Adams. Try and get a player like, man, I would trade QJ for BTJ and something. Maybe you can go to the Harvey owner, see if they have like a BTJ you could trade QJ for and get Harvey and then secure that up. And then you can move on from Monty and turn Monty and something, another player, Monty and whatever, into a Adams. Like do 2 moves or something like that. That's just kind of what's coming to mind, bro. Settlers, appreciate you. Hey, Smitty, had a great week. 12 team, 0.5. Mahomes might be the number 2, 3, 1 quarterback in fantasy. Go forward. Wide receivers, London, Buka, MHJ. Running backs, Genti, Hendy. Fannin, benches, Rice, Coleman, A.O. Manor, Benson, Gordon, Ingram. Any moves to make 2-2? Rate my team. Like the team, bro. Love the receivers. I'm probably interested in moving MHJ, and let's call it MHJ and Benson for one better player. One, bigger, stronger JSN, Henry, something like that. I think making either one of those moves would make that team pretty unstoppable, but I don't dislike it the way it is. It's still a really solid team, my boy. Really solid team. Okay, I think I got all the $20 super chats out of the way. Benson and DeMarcado for DK. I would take probably DK Metcalf in a vacuum, but it's still a very arguable thing for sure. For those that are just joining us, Bucky update is he's still gathering medical opinions, not ruled out for week 5 yet. Not even necessarily ruled out for practice tomorrow, but I assume he will be. I would not expect him to practice tomorrow, but I'm just merely pointing out that the waiting has been scary, but it didn't reveal anything crazy. It just revealed that he's getting multiple medical opinions, which is not good, but it's also not for sure bad. Most of the time when you seek second opinions, it's not good. But we just got an example of when it wasn't horrible, or at least now it's not. McLaurin seeking multiple medical opinions and has only missed 1 game and is hopeful to be on track. So maybe McLaurin returns next week. Maybe McLaurin being on track means that he can come back some point this season and ends up being revealed that McLaurin's not playing 3 or 4 more weeks. Who the hell knows? But this is not great news. It's not bad news. It could be a lot worse. So Bucky is not ruled out for week 5 yet, but it's not looking, like he's out of the woods by any means. And then we've got this Lamar Jackson news that he's not likely to play week 5. So horrible on many levels. All the injuries have been just devastating. Tyreek Hill, obviously done for the season, maybe for his career. Drop Hunter for Malik Washington or Slayton. I would rather keep Hunter a little longer, Zach. Doesn't matter. Like, people can tell you he's trash. There's somebody typing right now going, drop Hunter, he's trash. You can wait. Look, Bucky, all I got to keep doing is reminding you, Bucky didn't do a single thing really that would make you start him until week 10 last year. And he won leagues for people. I'm not saying that we're going to get the exact same impact, but anybody giving up on a guy that would catch about 50 yards, very nice reception. They just need to use him. It's not his fault, but to cut him it's too early for me. I like Malik Washington. He's okay, but I'm not cutting Hunter. I'm just not. JCM for Rashad White. I'd rather have Rashad White if Bucky misses time, but you're unfortunately, you got Bucky, so I would do that. Yeah. Call in. Appreciate you traded DK and Benson for JSN. Is that a good trade? I think it's good. Yeah. You're giving up enough. You're not raking them over the coals, but I'd take it. Just traded Henry plus Woody for Bucky. I mean, you won if Bucky's not going to miss significant time. You're taking a gamble. So I would say if it ends up working out for you, that yeah, you're going to be good. Running backs are HN, K9, Hampton, Mason. Would you trade K9 to get Kelsey and Marv? No, I would not. I would trade K9, but Kelsey's nothing to me right now, and Marv is inconsistent, and I'd just rather have the running back, and I'd probably get something else in a trade. 3-1, by the way, says Troy. Troy, I'll try and add that to my mental bank. I just saw that come through, so I'll try and add that to my mental bank when I answer your question. We've got a couple more $20 haulers coming in. This one here from Jose. Jose, appreciate you. This one from Angel. Angel, appreciate your $20 hauler. This one coming in from T-Bone. T-Bone, appreciate your $20 hauler. You're the man, the myth, the legend. T-Bone dropping wattage on the screen. Young man, appreciate you. I think I got all the 20s. Let me just gander on through and then take you guys over to the high roller room. And then we got one more $20 hauler that just slipped in the door here. This is from Ivy. Ivy, thank you for the $20 super chat. T-Bone says, Yo, Smitty, 12-team PPR, double flex, Josh Allen, Bijan, Jacobs, Buka, Debo, Pitts, Hunter, Woody. See the wood emoji? Nicely placed Woody emoji. I traded Kyren for Jacobs today. I don't hate that. I don't love it. It could go either way. I think Jacobs, nice schedule, probably safer in some ways, but, Kyron's got that upside, so it's tough to say that you won or lost that. I got Rice waiting to save the day in a couple weeks. I feel massive comeback. T-Bone, I like the odds for you. I think Jacobs is a nice play. I think Jacobs and Kyron are very, very close. I don't think you made any mistakes there. Smitty improved the team. I think you did fantastic. And if I was to come up with any idea whatsoever, I guess, T-Bone for this team, it would be something along the lines of, Buka, Debo. I like it. I don't know. I don't think I'm touching it. You got a lot of firepower there. A lot of firepower. Ivy, appreciate you. Darren Waller and Scat for Godwin, Smitty, and Burden. For Devontae Smith and Burden. Thoughts? So Darren Waller and Scattaboo for Godwin, Devontae Smith, and Burden. I'd rather have Scattaboo because those other pieces don't do it for me. So I just rather have the best player in the deal. And the best player in the deal to me is Scattaboo. So I'm going to say no on that. Sup, Smitty? Thank you for the super chat. Let's go Dodgers. Yes. Wide receiver, JJ, Buka, Wilson, Rice, and Hunter. Running backs, Woody, Benson, Hendy, Harvey, Sharps. Upgrade my QB, tight end, Penix, and Dart, and Fannin. Yeah, you could, but what cost, man? What are we doing here? Benson, Woody, you kind of need those guys, right? Your running backs are thin as hell right now, but man, you're making it work. Harvey did work for you. Hopefully you had him in the lineup. Woody's coming on strong. And Hendy, Benson, I don't know, man. If I'm you, I would say you can't afford to really upgrade anything. You got to just bank on Penix Jr. continuing to ball out. You got to bank on the rise of Fannin. The gamble of banking on those guys is a lesser gamble than dividing up these players to get maybe an upgrade that's not even Josh Allen. Like, if you get Josh Allen, sure, it's worth getting rid of Garrett Wilson probably. So, offer that and see what happens. I'd rather have Josh Allen than Garrett Wilson. Would I trade Rice right now for Mahomes, or something like that? Probably, but these are moves that if you don't make them and Penix steps up and Fannin steps up, you're taking this thing maybe in a wild fashion to the moon. If Woody and Hendy, or Woody and Benson, or Woody and Harvey, or Harvey and Hendy are stepping up and smashing at the right time, or Benson, I would be very skeptical of moving Benson because you kind of need this extra running back piece, but I'd be very intrigued if you want to know the truth. Banking on Fannin, Benson, and Penix Jr. for a Mahomes or obviously higher, but upgrade. So try that. See if Benson can get you that quarterback. If not, I'm not really moving anything else. 12-team, Benson's the one I question the most, but I still love him. I still love his talent. I think he's great. 12-team, 0.5, May, Bucky, Achan, Hampton, Sharps, London, Debo, Tet, Golden, Warren, Fannin. Thinking of trading away Debo plus Golden for Brees and Higgins. I'm fine with that trade, or should I try for Judkins and Cup? I'd rather have Judkins for sure, but I think I would take Brees and Higgins as well over Debo Golden, but I'd rather have Judkins. In fact, I'm going to close the door on the other one just so you focus on that one. I like that one a lot better. So absolutely, smash that. Rest of season order: Bill, Woody, Harvey. It'd be Woody, Harvey, and then Bill in that order. Thank you for the super chat. Off waivers, Slayton or Waller. Probably Slayton, but it depends how bad you need a cute tight end. Trade away CD and Kyler for Garrett Wilson. No, I'll take CD. Well, I'll take CD Lamb. Honestly, I'd wait on him. But if you couldn't wait, I think it's fine. Garrett Wilson. It's an even trade in terms of the missed time and everything. Trade my Rice and Etienne and Debo for Chase, Jawan, and Benson. Etienne and Debo for Chase, Jamar Chase, Jawan, and Benson. I'd rather have Etienne and Debo. I'm not gonna. Jamar Chase is not Jamar Chase right now. It's not the same value. It's not even the same value proposition at all. My Chuba and Parasol for Kyron. I'd take Kyron in a millisecond. Garrett Wilson for Bucky and Jawan. Jacobs, Garrett Wilson for Bucky, Jawan, and Zay. I'd probably say Jacobs and Garrett Wilson right now with the Bucky injury if you want to play it safe, but if you want to play it high risk, of course I like Bucky more. Benson for Debo. I'd rather have Debo. Got Kyron Hampton. Yeah, Debo all day long. That's easy, light work. Appreciate you. 4-0, by the way, Tater Sandwich. Nice job, my boy. Tater, thank you, pal. Appreciate you. Have PPR. Ertz, Fannin, and Waller available. Swap. I have Ertz. I would say I like Ertz the most with JD5 back. So, but if you had to pick one long term, I think it's Fannin. I still think Fannin's going to get better and better and better. Would you rather drop Ramondre or Sharps? I'd rather drop Ramondre. Stafford or Stroud. I'm going to go Stafford. Stafford's got all the weapons, bro. Don't overthink it. Trade Benson for Chase Brown. I'd probably rather have Benson by a hair right now, but it's close. Do I trade my JT for Brees and Nico and Quentin Johnston? I think you probably do because Nico and JT are close, bro. And Brees and Quentin Johnston, you could then trade both those guys for like one monster player. Pick 2, rest of season. T. Higgins, Worthy, AJB, Ricky. I'd probably go Worthy number 1 and probably AJB just because I could trade him. If you force me to start him, I'd probably still take it because of the upside, but man, I'm worried about how that's going to go. CMC and Dobbs for JSN and Brees. I would probably take. Look, JSN and Brees is close to being enough for CMC, but I still think I want somebody a little more secure than Brees, or I'm just waiting to make that trade. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think I'm pulling the trigger on that. Traded Benson and Waddle for Jettas. Did I cook? You definitely cooked. You cooked big time, bro. That's an amazing trade. Trade Jamar and Brown for, I don't know what Brown this is, bro. You got to be clearer than that. There's tons of Browns in the league. I assume Chase Brown. Jamar and Chase Brown for Jacobs and Diggs. I'd probably rather have, I'd probably rather have Jamar and Chase Brown, but not by a lot. And I'd still be trying to trade both of them. Which side, Bucky, Addison, or Chase Brown and Buka? I'd say Bucky, Addison right now, but it comes with some risk because of the situation. Tattooed, appreciate you, Smitty. 100. Benson or Judkins? Judkins is always going to be the answer on that one. Congrats on having him. Foundation, where'd the mashed potatoes come from? It's an old thing that's been screamed in history and sports, and especially like on golf courses and stuff. Appreciate you, my boy. My BTJ, Hendy, and Judy for his Judkins and Waddle. I would rather have Judkins and Waddle right now, but I like both sides. There's pros and cons. It's not like it's an easy question to answer. Henry and Chuba, Cheb. I don't Sharps. Maybe you mean Sharps. Henry and Sharps for Hall BTJ. I would probably say. I don't know if you mean Charbonnet. I think you mean Sharps. All on BTJ. I'd probably take Henry and Sharps, but all on BTJ. Yeah, I don't know. That's pretty close, bro. I don't think either side's. I think there's question marks, equal question marks, and equal upside on each side of that. Bo Nix, so trust your gut. Bo Nix or Stafford. I'd probably say Stafford overall with the weapons there. I like Bo Nix and what Bo Nix can do. He's inconsistent at times, but he's still good. But I lean Stafford just a hair if we're talking about long term. Now this week, guys, would you rather have Bo Nix or Stafford this week? Bo Nix or Stafford this week? Let's vote on that one. Ben, appreciate you. Henry and Sharps for. Oh, I just answered that one. If Benson and Bucky sit, do I go Dowdle, Hill, DeMarcado, or even Michael Gordon? You mean Gordon, the running back for the Dolphins? I'd probably say Gordon for the touchdown, but I don't. That's such a tough call. Hill's decent, but he's sporadic. But when they use him, they seem to use him like consistently. So like Hill's not bad. Is Sean Tucker worth the roster spot? It depends on what you're cutting, but I still think he's got a real chance to do something if he's called upon. Adonai Mitchell worth a pickup. Yeah, but it depends on who you're cutting, bro. Again, without that information, I don't know. He's definitely worth a look. Strange, Ingram, Waller, Schultz, Mason, Taylor. I'd say Strange and then probably Waller right now, but I don't know that I trust Waller on the season. Start Stafford Thursday game or CJ Darnold. I'm probably going Stafford because of the weapons. Lion, thank you for the blank. $4.99. You got to put the message in. There's no way I'm going to see an additional message somewhere. Bo, Chase Brown, Tet for Mahomes, K9, Kittle, Ale Manor. I'd probably say give me the Mahomes side and then still trade and shop K9 though for sure. Thank you for the super chat. This one here, would you pick up Miller if you got Kamara backups? I'm not cutting. I would cut Caleb for Miller, sure. But I'm not a huge Miller guy. But my Debo and Waddle for Lamb. I'm okay with that. If you can weather through waiting for him, for sure. Where would you rank Slayton? Neighbors, I'll show you where I rank Slayton, and you can screenshot this, my boy. There you go. Grab that screenshot, my boy. Do it live. Or do we not have Slayton on here? Did Slayton get bumped? Okay, he might have got bumped. Let's probably put him. I would say, let me move this down. I'd probably say he's around this Horton area. Yeah, so we'll put him right. Let me grab this real quick. Let me copy this. I thought I had Slayton on here. I must have bumped him off. So put Slayton like right around this Horton area. Let me add this. It takes a minute for my screen. I got so many names on here. It's slow. Come on. Hold. All right. Slayton. I'll probably put him right here. So screenshot that. That should help you. Appreciate you, pal. Marty says 3-1. Thanks to Smitty. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you for the support. All right. Let's go to the next super chat here. And I think I got a couple $20 haulers that I need to give immediate attention. Thank you very much for that. Where would you rank Slayton? There was that question. Let me get these couple out of the way. Got offered Gibson, Nico from my Bijan. Gibbs. Okay, Gibbs. Gibbs and Nico from my Bijan. I'll take Gibbs and Nico. That's easy. And you know me. I love my boy Bijan, and then Gibbs, Evans, Benson, or Buka, Genti, Hampton. Buka, Genti, Hampton. That's crazy, bro. That's insane. Nice job. Jerome, appreciate you. Should I trade away Hampton and BTJ for Gibbs? Yeah, definitely. Definitely take Gibbs. Offer Genti, Pickens for my CMC. That's not quite enough. I want a different player than Pickens, even though I like Pickens, or an additional player. because CMC can get you that. Traded Waddle, MHJ for Rice and AJ Brown. Waddle and I'd take Rice and AJ Brown for sure. Rice to the moon, bro. Traded my Quentin Johnson for Jamar Chase. I take that gamble, but then I try and flip Jamar if I can. Traded Flowers and Addison for BTJ. I don't know if you won that one. I like Flowers and Addison more because there's two of them, but I do like BTJ still a lot. Traded Terry, got BTJ. That one could go either way. I'd probably rather have Terry, I suppose. McCaffrey, Golden, I think I answered that one already. Thank you, pal. Appreciate you. All right, let me get down to the $20 haulers that I think may have come in. We have, is Isaiah Bond a stash? Yeah, G-Many is. It just depends on who you're cutting, but definitely Dobbins and Pittman for Marks. I'd rather have Marks by a mile. ETN, Terry, or Kyron Olave. Yeah, let's go Kyron Olave, but very close and arguable. Drop for Woody Marks, Hawkinson, Fannin, Ollie, or Bill. Probably Fannin if you don't need... Fannin, I guess, in that scenario. H13 with another $20 hauler. Following up Super Chat. Gonna send out offers. First of all, thank you for the $20 hauler, bro.
Alert. Super Chat alert.
Thank you so much for the $20 hauler. Following up Super Chat. Gonna send out offers. Monty and Tootin for Scadaboo and Henderson. I like that. I'm fine with that. Monty for Chuba. I'd rather have Chuba and Golden. Monty for Kyron and Harvey. I'd rather have Kyron and Harvey. Dobbins plus Evans for Henry. I'd rather have Henry. Quentin Johnson for CD and Harvey. I doubt you get that, but try. You could throw in more with QJ, by the way. And then QJ for AJB and Waddle. Sure. And then I flip AJB after that. So Smitty approved everything there except for don't think you can't give up a little more. And a couple of those, smaller moves. Thank you very much. I lost Lamar. My options are Nix, Dart, or Stafford. Stafford long-term. Guys, can you vote one more time? I didn't even see the results. Nix or Stafford this week. Stafford's got the short week. He's playing the Niners on Thursday Night Football. Are we going Stafford or Bo Nix? Please vote in the live chat on that one. And let's get some group think going. But long-term, I want Stafford. Trade JSN, Goff, Hendy for JD5, BTJ, and Chase Brown. JSN, Goff, and Hendy for JD5, BTJ, Chase Brown. Probably the JSN, Goff, and Hendy side. I trust it more. I'm not saying I like, there's pros and cons to both sides. Another one you'll have to put in the back of the mind, forgot to say 2 and 2. Andrew, I'll try, but by this time, finding that. If you don't put it all in one Super Chat, the odds of me being able to connect the dots on that are slim to almost zero. But I appreciate you dropping the additional Super Chat, my boy. All right, let me get back to, we got one more $20 hauler from my boy G Money.
Super Chat alert.
It looks like we got Knicks, bro. Hey, Smitty, team. This team is 2 and 2, half PPR. Mahomes, Dart, running back Benson, Hampton, Judkins, Harvey, Tootin, Benson, wide receivers Puka, Rice, Hunter. Love the team. Cook up any trades. The only thing I'm even considering doing, because this team is fire, bro, is maybe Benson. Maybe trading. You got Benson listed twice here. Maybe trading Benson or one of the Bensons for. I don't even know what you could do because I don't want you to get rid of these receivers, bro. Benson for BTJ, Benson for Adams, Benson for Hendy, Benson for jeez, man, I don't know. It's so tough. I like your team a lot. I don't think you should be 2 and 2, and I'm not moving anything. Benson, I don't think Benson can upgrade your receivers, and I don't think Benson. I don't want you to trade out Judkins or Hampton really. So it's Benson for one player. You already have Rice. Rice would have been a very, very big target of mine. You already have Harvey, right? So you're waiting on that. I don't know. I don't think there's much to really do here. Benson for Chase Brown straight up. Take a gamble there. Benson for Hendy. Benson for Woody Marks, something like that. G-Money, but I don't think you need to do anything. Your team is straight fire, bro. The team looks fantastic. King, Henry, and Sutton for which running back? Achan. not going to get Gibbs, but of course you try Gibbs, but you're not going to get it. Achane, Barkley, if you want to do a lateral move. Bucky, if you want to take a gamble, but with the injury news right now, we're waiting. I don't know. You could go Kyron and something, Achane straight up, Judkins and something. Some of those cases you want to get something. Full PPR 12 team. I had deep bench, traded BTJ Woody and traded BTJ Woody and BTJ for JSN. I don't know who the third person is because you wrote it twice. Did you get fleeced? I don't know. Without knowing that second player because you wrote BTJ twice. I think JSN's the best player in the deal if that helps. Daniel, appreciate your $5 hauler, my boy. Smitty, were you a gentleman's club DJ prior to fantasy? No, I was not. Next up to the stage is Deebo Samuel. But we do, Daniel, it's funny, I don't know if you've heard me do that, but we do that with players. Like, next up on the stage. Appreciate you. Thank you, Daniel. Daniel to the moon. Traded my MHJ for Judkins. Smitty approved. Of course, you know I'm going to Smitty approve that. It's almost such a good trade that we're not proud of you because it's too good. Rashad White is only rostered in 44% of sleeper leagues. Yeah, Rashad White. And if I didn't have that on my waiver wire, we probably need to add that if I didn't. I think we bumped him off. Rashad White, let's see here. Let's put it up here. I would say, yeah, it probably goes. And so Rashad White and Sean Tucker, both of them deserve to be up here because I think we're still talking about a player in Sean Tucker that is like league winning if he was starting games. So we'll put White here and then we'll move Tucker up quite a bit. But again, the Bucky news is pretty promising today that he's not ruled out of week 5 and they're not even necessarily ruling him out of, practice tomorrow, but they probably will. So thank you, MT. Appreciate you. And then trade my Debo for Jamar Chase. I would rather have... Guys, would you rather have Debo or Jamar Chase? That's such a weird question, man, but that's where we're at. I almost say Debo. Benson, BTJ for Chuba and Worthy. Give me... This is a $20 hauler, by the way. Benson, BTJ for Chuba and Worthy. Benson, BTJ for Chuba and Worthy. Give me Chuba and Worthy by a hair. It's a close call, though. $20 hauler from... Thank you, Racing Boy. Let me get you your...
Alert. Super chat alert.
Thank you. And then this one from Joe. Joe.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Joe, thank you. Watch your video on getting out of Jamar Chase. I got Henry for Chase, but had to throw in Hawkinson. That's fine. Smitty approves. And you're still getting into some risk, but it's risk that I like more. It's more controllable risk. So great job. JW, appreciate you.
Alert. Super.
JW with the super chat. Appreciate you with the 20 watt, my boy. 20 watt on screen. Team is Dak, CMC, Jacobs, K9, Sharps, Woody Marks, MHJ. Trade Dak and Pickens for JD5 and Kittle. Same league, trade K9 and MHJ for a Dunze Benson. I'd take a Dunze Benson. Other league, trade Jamar Chase and Benson for Ibuka. I'd take Ibuka. As far as the first trade, Dak and Pickens for JD5 and Kittle. If you can weather waiting on Kittle, that'll be good. I'll take the JD5 Kittle side. But I think Dak and Pickens is pretty nice, but I'd take JD5 and Kittle, especially if you can weather out the waiting. Traded Chase and Gordon for BTJ and Kamara. I would take I'd take BTJ and Kamara. No, I'm going to say Chase and Gordon. BTJ and Kamara. I don't know. That's a tough one. Trade away Jamar to get Ladd and Harvey. Not enough for Jamar, bro. Not enough. All right. I'm going back to the top and doing these in order in which they're received, just so you guys know. There's a long wait. I'm sorry. What's up, Smitty? 12 team, 2-2. Knicks, Purdy, London. Any moves? I'd probably say, Knicks, Purdy, London, Garrett Wilson, Ibuka, Hampton, Chase Brown. Kamara or Chase Brown are both of them for one HN, better running back upgrade. Or you're trading one of Kamara or Chase Brown with maybe you don't have wide receivers you can really trade. So it's like maybe you trade Marks, maybe you start Marks, maybe you trade Chase Brown and Kamara for one wide receiver. If you can even start another one, if you can't start more than 3, then Garrett Wilson, London, and Buka are your guys. But I'd definitely be interested in trading Chase Brown and Kamara for one Henry, Chase Brown and Kamara for one elite like JSN or higher wide receiver. And then you could roll with Marks, but it's a risk. But I would say you would be better off trying to trade both running backs for a running back like Henry or Barkley or something along those lines. ADHD, appreciate you. And just so you guys know, the next one's up will be JW, Miguel, Taz, Keys, Nothing to It, TJ, Brandon, Chris, Symbolize, Brian, Skies, Carlos, DB, Danny, Andrew, Drip, C7, Settlers, Aaron, Silent, White Mamba, Ben, Thomas, Alex, Stephen P, Zamar, Racing Boy, 7 again, Troy, but why though, E-Rock, Tate, Pet, Dark, Bruin, John, IWKOWA, DK, James, RM, Laughing, appreciate you, bro. So glad to see you back. I'm sorry I didn't like your trade, bro. I was hoping you didn't get mad at that. Speedy, Bake, Lewis, and anybody else that dropped one like recently, I still haven't got to yours yet, but that's the order of which I have, and I wanted to prep you guys so you heard where your name is, so you're not thinking I missed your super chat. Who can I get for Pearsall and K9? Try Hampton, try Judkins. You clearly are not going to. Try Henry. Try Brees Hall. Try JSN. That's what I would do. ADHD. I like your team a lot. I may have read off a guy you have. You have Judkins. Okay. JSN works. Lamb, Rice. And sometimes I read off names, and even if you have that player, like it helps other people just to hear all the names that I'm considering. $10 hauler, 2 leagues, 3 trades. Trade Dak and Pickens to the JD5 owner for Kittle. I think I read this one already. Our league trade, yeah. Other league trade Jamar for Ibuka and Benson. Yeah, I think you might have super chatted this twice to get it in front of the line. So I appreciate you. Smitty, which 2 wide receivers would you start? Trey Tucker, Slayton, Hollywood, Travis Hunter. I guess right now it would be Travis Hunter and Slayton. And, you know, Travis Hunter's hard to trust, but I still like him. 2 and 2. Traded Lamb, Judkins for Achane, Addison. I'd rather have Lamb and Judkins. Don't get mad, bro. I'd rather have Lamb and Judkins by a lot. Have Achane, Mayfield, Hawkinson. You still got a great team, though. You still got a great team. You're still going to do good work. Keep the faith in the boys. Marks, Harvey. Marks might be able to. Marks and QJ for one monster upgrade, maybe, for what you could do, bro. Happy PR. I need help, Smitty. I lost neighbors in Tyreek. I have QB, Murray, running backs, CMC, Mason, Warren, Pacheco, wide receivers, Ted, JMO, AJ Brown, Golden, Warren. What moves to make? You're 2 and 2. Man, CMC, I'm sorry, but you have to trade him. What are you going to do? How are you going to win? No offense, but how are you going to win with this team losing those 2 wide receivers? You trade CMC, you go get a JSN and a Judkins. You've got to get something along those lines. Hampton and JSN. Hampton and player that good. Henry and a player like, I mean, it'd have to be a wide receiver like Henry and Adams. You know, Henry and Adams is very underrated. See what running back the Adams owner has. You've got to make a move, bro. That's it. I'm sorry. You have to trade CMC. 1 and 3 moves to. Don't undersell them though. We wait another week if you have to. 1 and 3 moves to make. Team is JD5, Henry, Scattaboo, AJ Brown, Debo, Henderson, Sharps. AJB, and I don't know if you can do much, bro. AJB and Scattaboo for one major upgrade. You already have D. Henry. That would be one player to go get. Lamb. You're 1 and 3. Can you wait on Lamb? Maybe not. Rice. Can you wait on Rice? Maybe not. I would try and win still. I'd trade AJB for Rice right now, straight up. I'd trade AJB for Lamb straight up. Go to the Walker owner, see if Sharps can get one of those done. If they ironically have Walker. Or see what AJB can turn into by dangling Sharps over the Walker owner's head. That's what I'm doing with that team. This one here from Brandon. Brandon, appreciate you. Have an offer on the table where I get Ladd and RJ Harvey and I give up Jamar Chase. Not enough. Not enough. You got to get more. Don't look, I like those players, but don't undersell that situation. The team is 2-2. I have Daniels, Knicks, Genty, Bucky, Hendy, Harvey, Woody, London. If you're going to trade Jamar, get Adams, get JSN, you know. Travis Hunter, Henry. Need a wide receiver. What shoot moves to make this trade? Bucky, Marks, Woody for Nico Waddle. Bucky, Marks, Woody. Woody Marks, you mean? He's Marks, Woody. Bucky, Woody, Marks for Nico Waddle. I think I'd rather have Bucky and Marks, but that comes with risk right now. I think if you want no risk, Nico and Waddle. But Nico's an injury risk too. And your team is really solid. I think I would explore trading Woody Marks and trying to get maybe something for like Adams if you needed a safer player. But I also like him a lot. But you could bank on Hendy, Harvey. So Woody and Myers for Adams or JSN or Lamb or Rice. That's what I'm doing, bro. Use Woody Marks to your advantage. Drop some wood in the chat, please. Some wood emojis, please. Dynasty only wide receivers. Judy is this week's Lamb, London, Rice, and Adunze all out. Damn. Got offered Pittman for Scat and a third. I understand. I could do that either way. If you really need this W, you're 1-3. You want to win this money. You're going to win this money, and it means a lot to you. Guys, are you okay with Pittman and Scat if he's trying to win money right now? Can we get a vote on this, please? Pittman for Scat. I'd rather have Scat, but Pittman's playing well. You know, he's still solid. I'd probably hit the waiver wire before I do anything else, to be honest. I probably would hold Scat, personally. I just don't think I'm making a move for 1 week getting rid of Scat. I'm going to say stand down and hit the waiver wire. There's some wide receivers to grab. Slayton. Someone's going to drop Hunter this week. You could trade a second rounder for Hunter or something like that and still have that upside. Just got offered Kyron and Wandell for Chase and Sharps. I'd take Kyron. Yeah, Kyron for sure. Like the team 1-3. That helps you. I think after that, you stand down and wait. Buka, Sutton, solid. I'm buying Adams, for Sutton, maybe not. I mean, I like Sutton a lot. Trade CD plus Tootin for Woody, Ladd, and Rice. CD and Tootin for Woody, Ladd, Rice. I'd probably say this is close because I like Woody a lot, and Rice is coming back 1 game sooner. I'd probably say Woody, Rice. He does have K9 Warren. Do you think it's worth it? I think it's... Chat, would you rather have Woody or Rice? I'm sorry, Woody and Rice? Woody and Rice or Woody and Rice or CD Tootin? Vote on that one. Close call, bro. Very close call. 3-1, Josh, Allen, Bijan, Benson, Marks, Amon-Ra, Buka, Sutton, Worthy. Like the team. Over 1 roster spot. Need a sneaky move. Sneaky move would be... I mean, look, you could sell Sutton or Worthy, but they could continue to do it. I would say like Sutton and Marks for Henry. Sutton and Worthy for Henry. And you may not like Henry. If you don't like Henry, don't do it. But it's just, this is the cheapest you'll ever get him. And you might be able to trade Woody Marks for Henry straight up. You really might. I just think it's a sneaky move right now. It's not a lock. You're buying them cheap as hell. Now, if not, bro, I mean, Bucky, panicked Bucky owner right now, which is a gamble, might give you Bucky for Worthy or Sutton with Marks. Or you're trading potentially for an Achane on that combo. You're trying to get a JT on that combo. You're trying to get a James Cook on that combo. You're probably not going to get it. Judkins or Hampton for maybe a Woody Marks and Sutton, which has pros and cons. I think, Marks and Benson for one player for Henry. Marks and Benson for Henry. Someone that has just Henry, and they might do that. Those are gambles that are very, very easy to recover from if they don't work out, because you're not overpaying whatsoever. You let somebody else draft Henry, and now you're coming in and getting him for free. Need another starting running back. Fields, Kyler, Henderson, Hampton, Tootin, Gordon, CD, Nico, DJ Moore, Ale Manor, Pearsall. Probably look to the Woody Marks acquisition right now. I probably would try and get my hands on Scattaboo. I would probably try and get maybe even a Monty could be steady for you. Maybe it's a tough one, bro. Hendy is you got Henderson, Hampton, Henderson. I don't know, bro. I think if you were to DJ Moore, to the ETN owner, give them Tootin and see if they can give you like a Monty or something, bro. I think that's your only chance with this team to not unravel what you got going on, is to go to that owner and see if you can get him Tootin. Do I drop Bill for Dak or Fields? I'd probably drop him for Dak. And then this team, I mean, H.N. Hampton's fantastic. I probably trade Javonte, given you have Hendy and Brees. I trade Javonte, and damn, your wide receivers are good. Jeez. Javonte and Worthy for a monster. I'm talking JJ. I'm talking Javonte and Worthy for a monster. Javonte and I don't even know that you need to do anything, to be honest. Danny Dimes. Let's trade Javonte alone to upgrade Danny Dimes. Let's go get Josh Allen. Let's go get Mahomes. Let's go get Lamar injured. Go get Lamar injured using Javonte, bro. That's what I do. Have Bucky. Do I pick up Tucker tonight? I would have Hendy, Scat, Harvey, Tootin. Also, I mean, Rachaad White is safer right now. He will get work, but I do think Tucker could be a surprise for people. But hopefully none of this is even needed. Coleman, move Worthy off his big game. I would if I could get the right price, but like, what are you going to get? Scat and Worthy for a JSN? Sure. Like something like that, 7? Where you're selling high. I think that could work. Let me see if there's any other $20 haulers. Jackson with a $20 hauler needs immediate attention. Jackson, appreciate you. Trade my Woody and Addison for Igbuka. Of course you do that, bro. Of course you do that. And then there was this super chat right here from Steven, who said 1-3 lost neighbors in Dynasty. Trade JT for Sharps and 2 first rounders. I think I'd get more for JT, bro. JT's balling out. Judkins, London for Henry and Pickens. I'd rather have Judkins in London, and that's not even close. You're not buying Henry cheap in this, bro. That's not the point of getting Henry. Saquon Sharps, J-Mo for Bucky, White, Brees. Saquon Sharps, J-Mo for Bucky. I would take Bucky, White, and Brees Hall. My boy. Thank you for the super chat. All right, this $20 hauler from Jackson. Lost neighbors, 10-man, 2 running back, 3 wide receivers, 1 tight end, 2 flex. Got offer Pickens, K9, and Pollard, and Juwan Johnson for my McBride and Derrick Henry. No, bro. Counter, he has Hampton. Yeah, no, there's not. This is a horrible offer. Pickens, K9, Pollard, and Juwan Johnson for McBride and Derrick Henry and Jalen Warren. No. I mean, if you threw Hampton in, then maybe we're talking. But I'm not doing this trade, and I'm not even really interested. I like Hampton from his team. I don't want to get into Jamar Chase. I don't want to get into Chase Brown. Hampton, I do want to get into. If I'm trading for Hampton, I'm trading like K9 and Pickens for Hampton and something, and I even want something back. That's it. Other than that, there's nothing to trade with him. That's not a good trade. He's trying to completely steal your players away. So no for me. And get something else back if you did do that 2 for 1. But he's probably not going to want to. He wants to rake you over the coals, and that's all he wants to do. Otherwise, he doesn't want to trade. I can tell right now. Finally got a win, 1-3. Now, what moves are you making? Thank you for the $20 hauler, Cry. Appreciate you.
Alert. Super chat alert.
Cry to the moon. Standing down with this team. Kyler, Genty, Hendy, Buka, Worthy, London, McBride, benches, Pollard, Harvey, JCM, Charbonnet, Evans, Waddle. So your team's kind of hard to trade. I'll be honest. I don't know that I'm moving anything because What are you going to move? You sell Genty on the high, you better get Hampton and an Adams. Judkins and an Adams. If you can get something like that, I would sell Genty high. I'd sell anybody high. But it'd have to be 2 players like that. Hendy, you got to wait on. Buka, no one buys Buka for what they need to buy him for. He's a top 5 to 7 wide receiver. People want to pay less. Worthy, I mean, I don't know if you're going to get what you want out of Worthy. And he's nice. You know, London, would I sell London high for like Adams and let's call it like a Breece Hall? Sure. But that's all I'm doing there. So you could try and explore that. And no one's buying McBride high. This is probably a wait and see team other than explore those types of moves. Sell Genty enormously high or sell London enormously high. If not, you stand down and you don't do a thing. That is for sure. Trade Kamara and Waddle for Achane. I'd rather have Achane in a heartbeat. Would you trade Saquon Sharps for Breece, Bucky, and White? I would take Breece, Bucky, and White over the Barkley side. Need wide receiver, trade Kenneth Walker only for Nico, Debo, Adams, or maybe London if possible. Trade Kenneth Walker only for Nico. Yes, I would. I don't think you'll get any of that, but I would take Nico or London, either one. Then probably Adams, then probably Debo in that order, and I'd take every single one of them. No doubt about it. Need a wide receiver, trade Kenneth Walker. Oh, I just did that one. Thank you for the super chat. Appreciate you. Have Fannin dropping Njoku for either Theo Johnson or Mason Taylor. Yeah, whatever. They're all pretty close, bro. I don't trust your gut on that one. I'm not leaning one way or another with those backups. Good day, sir, says Frazier. Frazier, thank you. Appreciate you. Mayfield, Kyron Williams, Hampton, Hendy. Help. Your team, look, you can't sell some of this, bro. High, unfortunately. So Jamar Chase, go see my video about how to get rid of Jamar Chase. Jamar Chase and maybe you didn't list a lot to work with. So a bench player, Woody Marks, somebody on the bench that you picked up with Jamar Chase to get into a JSN and do a slight downgrade, which is really an upgrade by doing a 2-for-1. It's the only way. Jamar Chase, go watch my Jamar Chase trade video. I don't mind trading Jamar Chase. Let me put this back up real quickly. I don't mind trading Jamar Chase for Henry and then trading something else for a wide receiver. Or you bank on trade AJ Brown too. AJ Brown for Rice, or I don't know what your record is, but Rice or Lamb for AJ Brown and even something. But I definitely don't mind getting into, let's see here, with you having Kyron Williams, Hampton, and Hendy. Let's try and trade Chase Brown for a wide receiver. I'm sorry, Jamar Chase for a wide receiver. Try a Dunze and something. Try a Buka straight up. Try Njigba straight up. Try Adams and something. Adams might be your saving grace, bro, with that trade. Appreciate you very much. This one here, $20 hauler from
Alert.
Oaktown.
Super chat alert.
Oaktown, appreciate you, bro. 1 and 3 with Baker, Nico, Dunze, Bucky, Chuba, Hawkinson, DK, Higgins. I rarely do trades, but need an honest opinion on my squad. Big money league. Okay. I would say, look, Nico, Dunze, Bucky, Chuba. I like your team a lot. I don't know that I'm making many moves other than trying to maybe consolidate like Higgins and DK for like a JSN, or trying to trade maybe a Chuba and DK, or a Chuba and Higgins, a Chuba and Godwin to go get an Achane, to go get a running back like Judkins over Chuba, a potential Hampton over Chuba, Achane over Chuba. JT, obviously, but you're not going to get that. Maybe Derrick Henry is in your future here as well. Maybe Chuba and Higgins for Henry. Maybe DK and Chuba for Henry and something. Those would be moves I would definitely make with your team because Henry's dirt cheap at that cost of entry. Thoughts on Waller? Drop Wandell for him. I'm either way, bro. Trust your gut on that. Waller could get injured at any moment, but he looks pretty solid right now. Trade Henry and Sutton for Cook and Diggs. Without Tyreek Hill there, they're going to throw to Waller. But it's just, does he stay healthy? Trade Henry and Sutton for Cook and Diggs. I would take James Cook. If you needed Sutton a ton, but I'd probably take James Cook right now, the way he's playing. I'm not going to swap that out, but it's an intriguing side. 0-4 team is Dak, CD. What moves to make? I'd probably say if this is my squad, I'm trading DK and maybe... Damn, you're DK and Kamara for one bigger player. Wandell, Lad, you're not going to get rid of Lad. DK and Kamara for one stronger, better player, H-Chan monster type player. Needed tight end, so traded Keenan Allen for Laporta. I'm fine with that. Smitty approved that. That's okay. All right, let me go back up here. I have Settlers with the super chat. Thank you for waiting. I have T. Higgins and want Zach Charbonnet. That owner also has Laporta on sale. Thoughts? Gain or lose draft capital? Fair dynasty. T. Higgins and want Zach Charbonnet. I'm okay with a T. Higgins Charbonnet swap in a dynasty, to be honest. But if you could get Laporta and throw them back like a second rounder or something, I'm fine with that too. That would make a ton of sense to add Laporta in. But look, Charbonnet's got some long-term value. Traded Jamar Chase and Marks for JD5. I'd rather have Jamar Chase and Marks if it's one QB. But I understand this. I just probably think I would have done something different. But I do like Penix Jr. as well. You know, he obviously played well. Still have Ibuka, Debo, BTJ. Look, your team's really good. You had a surplus. I'm fine with it. You're not going to take a lap on the move, especially if JD5 delivers, but you are banking on him delivering, and he certainly could. 3-1, 12-man PPR Mason for Waddle. It's even. I think Mason I'd rather have by a hair, but look, Waddle's going to get a lot of work now. Pretty even trade, to be honest with you. BTJ, Debo, Hunter, H-N, ETN, Tootin, Judkins. Love the team. Scattaboo, Benson. I'm trading one of the Scat, Benson, probably Scat or Benson, with maybe BTJ for a slight wide receiver upgrade, or Debo. Trade one of those guys and Debo to go get JSN on the cheap, to go get a potential wide receiver like Rice or Odunze or something like that. Trade one of those wide receivers for I definitely do that for Ibuka, by the way, as well. Trade one of those running backs, so Scat or Benson for Adams, or maybe, damn. So if you got Waddle, you could also trade Waddle and Scat for like an Adams or a Dunze or a Rice or a JSN or Lamb, if anybody's willing to wait on Lamb. And then what was this other question here? It was tight end McBride and what can I get with my running backs? Okay. That's what I'd do with your team, bro. Thank you very much. White Mamba with a $10 hauler. Appreciate you, White Mamba, dropping the super chat here. PPR, Jaden Daniels, Bijan, Bucky, Judkins, Benson. By the way, we still have about 900 on YouTube right now, about 1,000 on X. If the X people could get over to YouTube and hit subscribe, I greatly appreciate that. Joining the family over on the tube. Appreciate you. PPR League, Jaden Daniels, Bijan, Bucky, Judkins, Benson, Sharps, Garrett Wilson, Debo, Hunter Henry. I had Hill. Now he's out. What moves can I make? I love the running backs. I think Benson is expendable. Benson and Debo for one better player. Benson and Garrett Wilson for one better player. That's probably it, bro. There's nothing else to move here. Benson and Garrett Wilson for Collins, for JSN. Is Garrett Wilson and Scat even worth upgrading to JSN? Maybe not. Maybe you go only Nico, St. Brown, JJ. JJ's cheaper than he should be. Garrett Wilson and one of those running backs for JJ. That's what I do. And I think it gets done. And JJ, is he a risk? Maybe you don't even want to do that. Maybe you like Garrett Wilson more. I mean, trust your gut on that, but that's probably what I would look at. Got a QB, May. Wide receivers are AJ Brown, BTJ, Pickens, Rome, Bucky, Hall, Benson, Mason, Bowers, Bucky, Pickens for Genty. And Olave, I don't know, man. Bucky's the injury is a little bit of a concern, but what if it's nothing? You know, right now it feels like it's kind of in between. The news we have is that they're gathering more medical opinions, but he's not ruled out for week 5 yet. But that could just be yet. He could miss 3 games. He could miss 0 games. We don't really know. I guess I would lean toward Genty if you don't want to take any gambles right now, because Genty's pretty damn solid. But if Bucky ends up not missing time, you're going to be pissed. But it's a gamble. Either way you look at it, it's a gamble. Thoughts on me dealing Charbonnet and K9 for Derrick Henry? I'd rather have Derrick Henry, bro. And that's coming from somebody that told you not to draft him. 12-team PPR 2-2. QBs, Dak, Daniel Jones, H-N, Genty, Hendy, Woody, Ollie, T-Mac, Pearsall, Marv. I think I got this itch I can't get on my back. There it is. Jeez. Dak, Achan, Genty, Hendy, Woody, T-Mac. I'm trading T-Mac or Parasol or Marv or all three with Woody for one wide receiver monster. Alec, you got to go get an upgrade, and I think Woody can get that with one of those wide receivers. Maybe it's Marv, one of those. You can get a wide receiver, bro. You got this. Trade Drake London for Ladd and Kyron. No. I'm not doing that, Alex, I'm not doing that. I like Drake London too much right now. Smitty, I have no running back one, need one. I'm going to offer Kenneth Walker and Pickens for Brian Thomas Jr. and either Cook or Achan. So Kenneth Walker and Pickens for... Good luck getting that. I mean, honestly, bro, Walker and Pickens for Cook or Achan might get rejected, but try it. If you get BTJ and one of those guys, I would be very, very impressed. I'll be very impressed. So try it. Let us know if it works out. Want Gibbs. What 2-for-1 do you... Genty, Scatterboo, Tracy... Want Gibbs. In order to get Gibbs, bro, you're gonna have to give up Genty, or you give up, let's say, ETN and Adams, or ETN and Rice for you're gonna have to give up something. Would I give up ETN and Rice for Gibbs? Probably. Would I give up ETN? Would I give up Scatterboo and Nico for Gibbs? Yes. Would I give up ETN and Nico for Gibbs? Probably, but that's tougher, man. That's like where you're risking. You got to get something back, maybe. Racing Boy, appreciate your super chat right here. Working on a deal, Benson, BTJ, and possibly something else for Achan and Pearsall. What do I throw in the deal? Harvey, Hendy, or Ladd? Benson, working on a deal, Benson, BTJ, and possibly something else for Achan and Pearsall. So Achan, Benson, BTJ. I don't think I'd give up Hendy, but I give up either one of the other guys. But be careful not to, give up. Hendy could be something really solid down the stretch, man. Judkins or Scat for Henry. First of all, I would not trade Judkins at all. Hendy for, or Scat for Henry, of course. If Bucky is out, start to Harvey, Tucker, Hunter. Probably Harvey and Hendy for right now. Worthy for Ladd. I'd rather have Worthy. Look, Ladd, you got to buy it. Listen to me, 7. Buy Ladd dirt cheap or not at all. That's it. I want Ladd, but I want him cheap. Worthy's not cheap, bro. Worthy's worth a lot. Worthy and Debo for Lamb and Myers. I'd probably say Lamb and Myers. Lamb and Myers for me. 10-man full PPR. Hurts, Kyron, Bucky, Benson, Judkins. Who should I trade for? Kyron, Bucky. I trade Judkins, I love. Trade Woody or Benson with Jamar Chase for a JJ or wide receiver upgrade. Get out of Jamar Chase. Keep Adunze. Keep Ibuka. Keep Rice. Get out of Jamar Chase using Woody or Benson. And you're just doing you can even go down to you could go down a wide receiver. Nico. Just get out of that game, bro. Get a player like Nico at least. Got Marks. You might have had Nico, but you know what I'm saying. Got Marks last week. Full PPR. Traded BTJ, Marks, and BTJ. Some of you guys are repeating for JSN. This one I already read. It depends on if you just did the 2 Marks and BTJ for JSN. I like it. Thank you very much, Troy. Appreciate you, Troy, with the super chat. Troy to the moon. 10-man full PPR. Hurts, Kyron, Benson. Who should I trade for? Did I already do this team? I think I already did this team. Yeah. Great team, bro. Get out of Jamar Chase is what I said. Why is this? I feel like I got some repeats here. Not from you guys, but on my screen. Why though? It says $10 hauler. 2 and 2. My 12 super flex. I got May, Stroud, Saquon, Dobbins, Mason, Nico, AJB, Buka, Any moves I can make, or am I stuck waiting? I'd trade AJB and maybe Dobbins right now for a running back, or Mason. AJB and Mason for a running back upgrade. Achane. Derrick Henry is risky but worth it. AJB for Derrick Henry is worth it, bro. Straight up. You got to throw in a Dobbins. I would do it. You got to throw in a Mason. I would do it. That's how I believe that would be a good trade for you. Really low risk. Hurts, Hampton, ETN, Jettas, Rome, Tet, Warren, bench, Scott, Chase Brown, Dart. Any trade ideas? Probably leaving Jettas and Rome alone. Probably leaving Hampton alone. Hurts alone. ETN. If you've got Tootin, which you do, you're fine. Honestly, Tet and Scat for like one Adams. Tet and Scat for one player. Tet and Chase Brown for one player. For Derrick Henry for a JSN type of player. Trade Scat and that. Yeah, definitely. 1 and 3. Chase Brown, JCM, and Bijan Algier. Wide receivers, JSN, Flowers, Hunter. Trading my Bijan, Flowers for Scat, ETN, and Adams. Horrible trade. Absolutely not. Pulled off Hunter, Henry, and Golden for Bowers today. Smash. Smash, bro. May, Gibbs, Hampton, Hendy, Harvey, JCM, JJ, BTJ, Rice, Bowers. Stand down. Love the team. Not even sure what I would try and do, I guess, is... Yeah, I'm standing down. I love all those players, so I don't want to trade any of them. To get out is to move one. I don't like that. Bruin, appreciate you. 1 and 3, 10 team. Mahomes, Fields, Nico, Buka, Sutton. Any trades? Maybe wide receiver for Rice. Yeah, I would. Sutton for Rice is intriguing probably to that owner, bro. And your receivers are so good you could wait on it and be fine. Or for Lamb or Rice for sure, using Sutton. And if you got to don't use Judkins or anything. If you got to use like another bench player that you didn't list, I would be very, very intrigued by that. That'd be a great move for you, bro. Fantastic. Healing, appreciate you. Do I take Jamar Chase for Worthy? I'd rather have... guys, Jamar Chase or Worthy? Jeez, I can't believe it's come to this. Jamar Chase or Worthy, please vote in the chat. Love the show. The show loves you back, Mr. Sleeper. I'm trying to trade C-Mac and T-Mac for Achane. What do you think? Christian McCaffrey and T-Mac. Christian McCaffrey can get you Achane and more, bro. So no. What have we got? Jamar Chase. Yeah, Jamar Chase is still the guy in that situation. I agree with the chat. Get more, bro. Hall and Pickens for Genti and Olave. Give me Genti and Olave. Just tuning in, is Isaiah Bond a sneaky play with Tillman on IR? Tucker a must pick up for Bucky. Tucker's a must pick up if you can't get White, and he still potentially could be in. And yeah, I like Isaiah Bond. He's pretty solid. We liked him a lot in the offseason process. A lot. I liked him I loved him over Golden. I told everybody that in the scouting process. He's better than Golden. Traded JCM and Shakir for Debo. Debo all the way. Smitty approved. 100%. Nice work. Minding my own says Chase Brown for Woody or Chase Brown for Debo. Chase Brown for Debo. But Woody's intriguing. Anybody like Woody over Chase Brown? Maybe. Trade Justin Jefferson for Waddle and Woody? No. Is Malik Washington a dog now? He's a good player for sure. Sent you a $13 hauler. I just saw this. You missed my super chat. Probably didn't, Steven. But thank you for sending that second one. You're probably just in line, Steven. I'll find it right now. But I did see that. Anybody that thinks I missed their super chat, I didn't. It's just you're in a long line. I'm sorry about the wait. This is your message, but because you chatted again, I'll pull it up here. 2 and 2, rebuilding Superflex Dynasty. Traded Josh Allen for Purdy, Woody Marks, Quentin Johnson, 2 first-rounders. I wouldn't have done that, honestly, Steven, but 2 first-rounders, it depends what you get with those, obviously, right? Roster also includes BTJ, Buka, Harvey, Burden, Loveland. Got 2 firsts and 4 seconds in 2026. Thoughts on the trade? I think Josh Allen is in Superflex Dynasty is worth more than that. I would not have done that trade. I'm sorry. I know that's not what you wanted to hear, especially waiting as long as you did for the answer. Probably pissed you off double time. But I'm giving you my honest opinion every time you ask me, and I would not trade Josh Allen in a super flex for 2 first-rounders unless you told me they were both 1.1 or one was at least 1.1. And even then, it's like a debate. But Josh Allen, I'm not trading. He's the number 1 overall player in a super flex startup, and that's deserving of more than that's probably like 4 first-rounders for me, bro. There's just no way I'm trading that. But I think, you could, if you land those picks, you'll be fine. So it's not like you can't do well with it. But Mayfield, thank you for waiting. Mayfield, Kyron Williams, Hampton, Hendy, bench help. I think I answered this one already. Like the squad a lot. It's AJB. Move AJB and some other bench piece to get a player. AJB for Henry. AJB is definitely movable for me. John McVeigh, appreciate you, John, dropping the super chat here. 4-0. Team is Josh Allen, Gibbs, Brees, okay, Nico, Buka. Any moves to make? Probably just exploring JMO or Sutton. Sutton's the more tradable piece right now with a Mason for one player. Sutton and Mason for Henry. Sutton and Mason for Barkley. Sutton and Mason for JJ. Sutton and Mason for one individual player, my boy. IWKOWA. Smith, I traded a bunch and now 0.5 PPR. May, Genty, Hampton, Nico, Pickens, Sutton, Ferguson. Like the squad. Aim for depth. Moves for the future. I'd probably say with this squad, I'm really liking where you're at, bro. And again, I know I recommend trading Sutton a lot. It's not that I don't like him. It's just he had a big game and there's not much else to trade. If I could trade Sutton and May for like a Josh Allen, Mahomes and something type of move, I'd do that. Sutton for Lamar injured might make some sense. Past that, not much to move here, bro. There's not really anything I could do with that list. I mean, it didn't seem like there's any bench players to move or maneuver. But I think Lamar's an interesting buy low for you. Would you trade away Rice for Keenan Allen and BTJ? Absolutely not. Or Rice for Keenan Allen and Benson? Absolutely not. Rice is a top 5 wide receiver upon his return in 2 weeks. Hey, Smitty, 12-man, 2-2. Any trades with this team? I would probably say I like the squad a lot. I'd be very tempted to keep Buka, Rice, and London together. Debo maybe with Scatterboo for one monster. Henry, Barkley, doubted players, bro, like that. Achan, JJ, etc. Laughing, appreciate your super chat, my boy. 0.5. 1 QB flex, 1-3, 1-3, JD5, Caleb, JT, Hendy, Mondre, okay, Bill, Tootin, Lamb, DJ Moore, Hunter, Tucker. Not much to move here. I wish I could maneuver something for you, unless you're trading like JT for like Judkins and JSN, So go to the Judkins, Hampton, and Genty owner and see if you can get that player with a JSN player for JT. Other than that, I'm probably standing down, but I would explore that sell high opportunity for sure. 1 QB, Herbert, Murray, running back, Henry, Hendy, Harvey, QJ, BTJ, McBride, sitting at 1-3 thoughts. Not sure I got much trade value. Yeah, bro. Henry's not tradable. Your running backs aren't tradable. BTJ, none of your wide receivers are tradable, but QJ. So I would move QJ. I would say like QJ and potentially, damn, bro. QJ McBride. See what you can get. Go to the ideal package for this would be QJ McBride for and 1-3, you're going to have to, it's almost like you're going to have to take a couple punches, bro, and go down another game or two. Maybe try and win one of the next two. But QJ McBride for Lamb and something, for Rice and something. And I'm talking about you're getting like a Hall or a Chuba or a player like that. And maybe it's Adams and McBride and QJ for like Adams and Hall, or got allergies, man. My nose is itchy. My back is. I feel like my skin's crawling right now. The weather here in Arizona gets insane. and it sparks up allergies like crazy. My nose starts running. I'm not even sick. Try that, bro. McBride and QJ should be able to get you. You trust in Fannin. You go get a running back and a wide receiver, Speedy. I think that's the only way you can get out of this situation. Mahomes, Bijan, Bucky, Hendy, Harvey, like the squad. Worried about tight end. Let's see here. I don't know, bro. I don't know. Worried about tight end. Fannin, I think Fannin's okay. Woody Marks. Let's try and maybe move Woody Marks right now. Woody Marks and Sutton for a monster. I love the running backs, love the quarterback. There's nothing really here to worry about. Your receivers are great. The only thing I'm considering is Woody Marks and Garrett Wilson for a monster, or Woody Marks and Sutton for a major wide receiver upgrade. Past that, I'm just standing down on that team. There's not a lot of movability there, unfortunately. It doesn't mean it's a bad team. I don't see a lot of ways to maneuver. 1 and 3, I got Kyron, Mason, London, Buka, Hendy, Hunter. No depth. Should I trade Kyron or London for 2 players? If you can, Kyron's going to be hard to trade for 2 players. People are worried about the split and everything, even though he's doing well. So it's Kyron for like what? For Judkins or Hampton, and you get like an Adams? Sure, take that and run. Something like that. Other than that, London you could divide and conquer into like a Hall and an Adams, or a Hall or Chuba or Hall or someone like that, and get maybe I don't know, an Adams, right? I mean, look, Rice and Lamb come to mind when I'm making trades like this. So if I'm trading, let's say, London for Lamb or Rice, and then I get an additional player like Breece Hall, it's something that I definitely entertain. And if you got to throw in something small to get it done, then you do that. Thank you for the super chat here. This $10 hauler. Owner wants 2 firsts and a player negotiating. Okay, so what is it? What is the trade here? Punt, season, or trade for Nico. Owner wants 2 first rounders. I'm okay taking giving up 2 first rounders for Nico, but he is injury prone. But I like him. I mean, he's a good player. I don't mind doing that. I mean, definitely give up 2 first rounders for him. Now, can you win? I think you could. I think then you're looking at maybe moving Walker, Sharps, or just making sure you're picking the right one each week. But Walker, Sharps, and damn, man, Waddle, Walker, Sharps, Waddle. Waddle has some new intrigue value in Dynasty for like 1 player, bro. Judkins, Hampton, etc. For Rice, Lamb, something like that. Definitely like Nico, though. Nico's a great player, bro. Nico's fantastic for you. You could also give up like a couple of seconds for Derrick Henry and ride that train and win the championship. Are we flexing A.O. Manor, Harvey, or Hendy? Probably waiting on news for this. I think, Hendy hopefully becomes that guy this week, but we'll have to see. Harvey had a great game, but will they scale him back next week? And he got some garbage time. I'd say Harvey for now, but we're kind of waiting. Are we picking up Mason Taylor-Strange or Darren Waller? Either way, all those guys have pros and cons. Waller for now, but he could get hurt at any moment, so hard to know. This one right here, 10-team, Genty, Chuba, Harvey, Benson, Jamar, London, Ladd, McBride. Want to trade Jamar? Should I do a full load drop for Marks? Absolutely. Full load drop for Marks is not even a question at all. He's Marks is like all these guys, 10 out of 10 of being the odds of being the best pickup of the year. These are the only guys that qualified this year for being that. Sometimes they land, sometimes they don't, but full load drop.
Initiate full load drop.
Is in order for Woody Marks for sure. And as far as, let's see here, package with Jamar to get who? So want to trade Jamar. So if you're trading Jamar, you're trying to probably, like I said, upgrade him, which sounds counterintuitive, but it's just the way that you got to get rid of him. So if it was like Benson and Jamar for JJ, you do that. Benson and Jamar for St. Brown or for Nico. You give up Benson and it makes somebody do something wild. If you try and trade even Jamar straight up for JSN, the JS owner might say, no, try that. But if you add something, you can upgrade them. It's just psychology. But that's probably what I'd do. Trevor, thank you for the super chat. Try those. Try some moves around that. JSN straight up, Adams and a player for Jamar, something like that. Trade Josh Allen and AJB to get Rice and Debo. 0.5 He currently has Goff. I don't. He'll have CMC, Bucky. Why are we worried about what he'll have? Why don't we worry about what you'll have? You keep talking about him. This whole super chat's about his team. Don't make trades for him. Don't make trades around him. Don't worry about his team. You make your team better. That's it. Trade Josh Allen and AJB to get Rice and Debo. I'm probably going to say no. Josh Allen's a monster, bro. And I'd trade AJB to get Debo or something, Adams. And then that way I have, and I love Rice. I don't mind getting Rice. Trade AJB for Rice. But keep Allen. But no, I'm not. No. Viral, appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat. But you're on the right track in terms of trying to move something, but just not that move. I'm 1-3 with London on a bye. So I have to start Franklin, Hendy, and Garrett Wilson. Would you still do Pickens and Debo and Benson and Sharps for JT? Yeah, yes, because I know the bye weeks are concerning, but JT is just the better player for the season, bro. I mean, you're just getting a monster. So, Knicks, May, Genty, Benson, Chuba, Woody, Spears, Kelsey. Should I trade Wilson and Chuba for JJ and Andrews? I would probably rather have Wilson and Chuba, Joe, but it's arguable. The way that I would say yes to that if someone had a surplus of talent. But I think when you don't, the two players is better. 3-1 Superflex League. Josh Allen, Knicks, JSN, Debo, Garrett Wilson, Addison, Bucky, Hendy, Marks. Trade suggestions. I'd probably say I like Marks. I'm not trading Marks, away for just to get rid of them. But I do think there's opportunity to trade Marks and let's say an Addison for one better player, or Marks and Debo for a JJ or something, or Marks and even maybe Debo or Garrett Wilson for a JJ or something like that. For Lamb, Marks and Addison for Lamb, Marks and Addison for Rice. Those are moves I'm constantly telling people to make. Kellogg, appreciate you. I'm 8-man 3-1. Kyler, my goat. Gibbs, Hendy, Judkins, Benson, Jettas, Buka, Garrett Wilson. Love the receivers. So Tet or MHJ or both of them for one wide receiver. Tet or MHJ with Benson for one player. Like whether that's, I mean, look, Benson and MHJ or Benson and Tet could get you JSN, could get you RB shopping. Let's say Brees Hall or Henry or like something along those lines. Love the team. Was offered Genty, McBride, Worthy for Gibbs, Fannin, and Tet. Genty, McBride, and Worthy for Gibbs, Fannin, and Tet. Guys, can you vote in the chat? Genty, McBride, and Worthy, or Gibbs, Fannin, Tet, McMillan? I think I'd rather have the Gibbs side. Does everybody agree? Gibbs for me. Close. Arguable. Understandable. 3-team trade where I send out Barkley, Monty, Tootin. The chat seems to agree Gibbs. Barkley, Monty, Tootin. I get back Judkins, Henderson, Harvey, McLaurin. Barkley, Monty, Tootin. Judkins, Hendy, Harvey, McLaurin. I probably take the Judkins side, but it's arguable. So I don't think you lose it. It's just, or win it. I think you slightly win it, but it's arguable. So that's tough, bro. That's a tough one. Steve, appreciate your super chat. 10-team league. Knicks, Benson, Genty, Pickens, London, JSN, Fannin, Chase Brown, Ale Manor. What to do? I want a tight end. Benson, Genty, Pickens. Benson's tradable, but the thing is, who's your running back? Chase Brown. I mean, look, Chase Brown's not ideal, but like you got RJ Harvey, you got Hendy, so Benson's tradable here. London, JSN, Pickens, I'd probably leave that alone. So you're probably, and I like Fannin, so don't like overreact here, but Benson to go get a tight end upgrade, I'm fine with that. Tyler Warren's not doable. Maybe you could get, I don't know. It's a problem though. It's like, what's really out there? Laporta, you could try Laporta for Benson. Is that even worth it? I don't know. Kyle Pitts for I don't know. A.O. Manor. I just don't know that you're gonna trading for a tight end is tough because if you're not trading for like Benson or I'm sorry, for a top tight end like Bowers or something, using Benson and Fannin or Benson and I mean, Chase Brown for Bowers. Chase Brown or Benson for Bowers. Pickens for Bowers. I do all of those. Tootin, go to the ETN owner, see what tight end they have. Can you upgrade the tight end by throwing in Tootin? You know, but upgrading a tight end is kind of tough, bro. It's not an easy task because if you're not getting Bowers on the cheap, it's like, what are you really going to give to get Laporta? And then will Laporta even deliver? 3-1 just lost. I like Fannin too. I just lost Malik, full PPR, Lamar, Justin Fields, Bijan Achane, love that. Hendy, Sharps, love the running backs. Chase Brown's expendable here. Rice in London, like it. How about Chase Brown and T-Mac for one monster? Chase Brown and T-Mac for even Henry. For obviously Trafford, JJ. JSN. Throw in Godwin if you need to. Appreciate you, my boy. Cozy, Mink, appreciate you. 10 team full PPR. Trade Lamar and Pearsall for Mahomes. Judkins 1-3. He's 4-0. Traded him CD for Nico last week. 10-man full PPR. Trade Lamar and Pearsall for Mahomes and Judkins. I take Mahomes and Judkins and run, bro. Like, that's not even close. Tone, appreciate you. Smitty 0-4. Do I make moves or stand down? Josh Allen, Judkins, Scat, Hampton, Benson, Tootin. I can't stand when you guys order your teams not in the correct order because it just makes it look less appealing, you know? Like when you're reading off Judkins, Scat, and Hampton, it's just not. So Judkins and Hampton are your top two running backs. They're fantastic, bro. Josh Allen's fantastic. Benson and Scat are great trade pieces, so let's see what we can do. Jamar, Worthy, DJ Moore, Rice, CD. Again, out of order, it does not make it look more appealing. This is like having a house that you're trying to sell and you don't clean it up and then you show it. You're like, here, you want to buy my house? Let me show it to you. It's all messy. I mean, weeds all over. I haven't mowed the yard in 16 weeks. And let me show you my house. I would trade Jamar Chase and Scatterboot or Jamar Chase and Benson for a Nico, for a player like JJ. I'm trying to get out of the Jamar Chase game. That's it. That's the only move to make here. Throw in DJ Moore for free. Love the team. CD and Rice and Worthy. Absolutely killer team. In fact, you know what? Your receivers are so good. Maybe you're trading Benson and Jamar for Derrick. Maybe trading Jamar for Derrick Henry. Go get Derrick Henry. Set him next to these running backs. You don't even need the wide receiver. Tone, that's what I'm going to do if I'm you. Do it and do it live. Go watch my Derrick Henry, Jamar Chase video. They're both in the thumbnail. I'm 3-1 PPR, 12 team, any moves. Allen, JT, Kyron Williams, Buka, Sutton, Pickens, Fannin, Corum, IR, Spears. Man, JT Kyron's good. Buka, Sutton. I like this team a lot. This team is really, really good. I don't know that I'm moving much at all, bro. It's a really solid squad. The only thing I'd even consider would be something along the lines of maybe a Pickens and Sutton consolidation for one better player, JJ, etc. Maybe I'm trading Kyron for like Henry and then a Pickens or Sutton upgrade if I want to take a gamble. But past that, this is really, really good. Really good squad. Not much to move on the bench or anything. So once Harvey gains some value, maybe you can do something there. Diggs on waiver wire. Trade Ridley out for him. Sure. Thoughts on Mason as a backup tight end? Sure. I'm okay with either one of those. Start two, Jones, Johnson, Williams, Smith, Allen, Warren. Jones who? Johnson, Jawan Johnson. Like, there's no clarity here, TH. Williams, is this Kyron Williams? Devontae Smith? Warren, Jalen Warren, Tyler Warren. Like, literally, you couldn't have listed the worst names without me understanding a single thing about this question. Start 2, Jones. Who's he talking about? Jones who? It's not Aaron Jones. I think it's Juwan Johnson. Isn't it? Is that Jamo Williams? Is it Kyron Williams? Is it? I mean, bro, I got nothing here, TH. I got nothing. I have no idea how to answer this question. What are we doing here, bro? Re-ask it if you can. I'll look for it in the chat. Goddard for Pitts. I'd rather have Pitts long-term. Amon-Ra, QJ, Kelsey for JT McBride. I would take JT McBride and run. That's easy, light work, bro. Drop A.O. Manor for Dak. Worried about Herb's O-line. Sure. Yeah, definitely I'm okay with that. Dynasty, my Benson and JCM for Henderson. I'd rather have Henderson for sure in Dynasty. It was BTJ, MHJ, Woody for JSN. Did I give BT, MHJ, Woody? BTJ, MHJ, and Woody for JSN. You got the best player in the deal, but I would say there's a lot of risk that you gave up too much, unless you're in surplus mode where literally, what are you going to do, you know? Blink 699 from Mark. Mark, you didn't attach a message. I'm not going to see any additional message somewhere. You have to put it in the super chat. Appreciate you though. Would you trade Rome, Mason, and Sharps for Gibbs? Yes, I'd take Gibbs and run. 0-4, trade Hendy for Breece Hall. I'd rather have Breece Hall for right now, but the winds could shift on that for sure. Just know that. Should I trade Marks and Pittman for Rome? I'd take Rome. May have to add a second in Dynasty. Absolutely take Rome. Rome's a monster, bro. Offer Sutton for Woody and Jamo. I would take Woody and Jamo. That's pretty nice, to be honest with you. I think Jamo's still nice. My question was skipped $5 super chat. It wasn't, Kazi. I saw it and I ended up, I know you think it's getting skipped. I know a lot of people do think that's a long line. I'm sorry about the wait, but I did read it just a few minutes ago. Appreciate you. Viral. Okay, taking the 1L and getting Taylor. I mean, chat, I think the chat agreed, right? Didn't the chat agree, Viral? If the chat agreed, then I definitely stand firm. But if the chat disagreed with me, then come back to me real quickly with a follow-up. Trade ETN and Javonte for Taylor. I would take Taylor and run. Any trades for running back, please check my last super chat. Not like Aaron, you got to put it in the single super chat, bro. I can go look for it later, but I don't have access to go backwards, so you're just going to have to, every question has to be standalone. I'll try and go look in a second, bro. I'm sorry. Prominent talent, appreciate you. 12 team, Murray, Henry, Javonte Williams, Nakua, Jackson Smith, and Jigba, Kincaid, Debo, Sutton, Harvey. What moves should I make? Do I hold on to Henry? I would, because you can't sell him high. Nakua, JSN, it's a great team. Debo, I think there's opportunity for maybe like a Sutton and is that Javonte Williams? Sutton and Javonte for a slight running back upgrade, Achan, et cetera. Sutton to maybe with Kittle, and you just go light at tight end and you grab like a Fannin or whoever the hell's on waivers that you like the most, and trade Sutton and Kittle for a JSN or above. Barkley, I've seen people get Barkley for that, which, there's concern with Barkley, but it's worth the gamble. I think there's other running backs that are very worth trading for on the low right now, like for example, Kyron seems to be tradable. You could get Kyron for Javonte right now, and I'd take that gamble. Bucky injured, you take a gamble. It's a gamble, but Javonte there. But Kittle and Sutton could maybe get you a Kyron and something. Kittle and Sutton could maybe get you an Achan. Kittle and Sutton could get you a Judkins potentially and something, or Hampton and something. I definitely hold Henry though. Let's see here. Should I try and trade McLaurin and Alvin Kamara for Rice? I would take Rice if you can wait on that and weather it out. Any trades for running back? Please check my last. Oh, that was the one. Hold on. I'll put it right here. Not like us, or not like Aaron, and see if I can remember to go back and search for that after, bro. But please, everybody, if you're asking a super chat and saying, hey, in my other super chat, you got to put it all in one. 10-man full PPR, 2-2. QBs are JD5 May, Gibbs, Genty, Chuba, Harvey, Hendy, Buka, Worthy, London, McConkey, Rice. I like the team, bro. That's a really good team. Chuba, is he movable because you got these running backs? Yeah. So maybe Chuba and Worthy for like one monster, bro, like JJ. Chuba and Worthy for JJ. Chuba and Worthy for, Chuba for Lamb. Chuba for Rice. Oh, you got Rice. Chuba for Lamb. Chuba and Worthy for Henry and something. Racing boy. You know what I'm saying? 1 and 3 got Jacob, Scat, Benson, Chase Brown. Woody at running back, Puka, Olave, Evans, Addison, J-Mo at wide receiver. Should I trade Addison and Scat for Nico? If you like winning, you do. Yeah. That's good. It's a good one, bro. $10 hauler, 12-team league. QBs, Murray, Purdy, Bijan Robinson, Kyron Hall, Judkins. Running backs are off the hook, bro. You could use a wide receiver. Lost Tyreek, trade offer Kyron and Njoku, Pittman for Rice and Ferguson. Not what I want. If I'm you, bro, I would want to trade, let's say, Kyron or... I would take Kyron for Rice and something. So Kyron for Rice and something, but it'd have to be like... And I know you have... I think you have Harvey, right? No, you don't. Like, if someone gave me Harvey with Rice, I would do that. You know what I mean? You're getting... Ferguson's pretty good too, though, but... Yeah, you know what? I don't know. Guys, would you take Rice and Ferguson for Kyron and Njoku Pittman? Maybe the chat would. Ferguson's balling out. Maybe the chat's going to like that. Guys, vote on that. Rice and Ferguson or Kyron and Njoku Pittman. Maybe he does take that. But if I could get like a Harvey in there or just a simple additive, it made me want to do it. Let's see what the chat says on this. If Rice and Fergie's enough. It might be. The chat might like it. 3-1, 14 team. Lost neighbors, any moves? McBride, Hendy, Nico. Your team's really solid. It sucks. You can tell you lost someone. Man, I don't know. I'm trying to sell Monty or Javonte Williams. Monty or Javonte. Monty, Scat, J-Mo. I'm sorry, Scat, Javonte, or Monty. But I just don't. You might have to trade McBride. Rice, Fergie. Rice. Yeah, take the Rice side, I guess, bro. I'd try and get something else if you can, like a Harvey. But this team is going to be tough to... You got to trade McBride, bro. You're going to have to trade McBride and Scat for like a Judkins and something, a Hampton and something. McBride and Scat for Henry and something. Try Henry, bro. Henry might be your best bet. Monty and McBride for Henry and something. You're just gonna have to get out of the tight end game, bro, and figure out a way to get into a riskier option there to upgrade. I don't think you're gonna win without that. Would you drop Juwan Johnson for Waller? I probably would for now, but the winds could definitely shift on this. And would you prefer to keep him over Juwan? I'd rather have Fannin. Also, do you prioritize handcuffing Kyron and Bucky backups over keeping Tootin and Sharps? Probably not. Because Bucky's not out long term. Sharps or Tootin are league winners for me. But I understand where you're coming from to want to cuff them. I'm okay with cuffing either way. There's no take a lap moment for that. Pollard to JCM for Chuba. I'd rather have Chuba. Tootin. Bowers, Tootin for Woody, Pittman, and Hunter Henry. I'd take Bowers and Tootin in a millisecond. Trade Jacobs for Fergie and Chuba. I would rather have Jacobs. C-Mac for my BTJ and Kamara. I would take C-Mac and then trade Christian McCaffrey for way more than that because you could flip it. That's a steal. Trade my Ibuka and DJ Moore for Lamb. I'd rather have Ibuka than Lamb straight up right now, to be honest, bro. My friend and got offered CMC for their BTJ Kamara. CMC in a heartbeat, then flip them for way more than that because you can definitely get more than that. Let me see. Hold on a second. My friend, yeah. And then $10 hauler from Vint. Appreciate you, Vint, for dropping the super chat on screen. Where did it go? Vint. There we go. Vint, appreciate you dropping the super chat on screen, my boy. Vint to the moon. 10-man, BTJ, Bench, Olave, Harvey, Stingy league mates want to move to make I feel like a stud wide receiver is necessary. So from the bench, you can't really move much but Harvey. And Harvey's tradable right now to a degree. But JSN is a wide receiver one, in my opinion. McBride, BTJ. I'd probably say with this squad, I too would get out of the McBride game and just try and use McBride and let's call it Olave or McBride and Woody to get that like Judkins and Adams type of move. So go to the Adams owner, see what they have. Go to the Judkins owner, go to the Hampton owner, go to the H-Han owner, go to the JSN owner, go to the those players make sense. Go to the Henry owner and to see what two players you can get for McBride and Olave or McBride and Woody. Don't trade Woody if you can keep Woody. I'd rather keep Woody. Good situation though. You're set up pretty decently to make a move. I think McBride's tradable. Just got offered Genty, McBride, and Flowers from my St. Brown. I'd take Genty, McBride, and Flowers for St. Brown. And that's hard to say, but it is what it is. Kyron and Kamara for H-Han and Evans. I would take, I would take H-Han and Evans if I could wait on Evans. But it's close. Ignore my chat. My friend is an idiot, says Steven. Steven, thank you for the super chat. And not like Aaron. Let me see if I can find your original super chat, my boy. I think it's right here. You wanted trade ideas? Let's see here, bro. Addison's movable. Marks is movable. Fannin, Warren is movable if the price is right. But I'd probably rather trade Marks and Addison right now. Debo and Marks or JSN and Marks for a monster upgrade. Honestly, Addison and Marks, try to get Derrick Henry. Try and get a Judkins. Look, Judkins is great, and I think we all know that, but the owner that picked him up might not, and he didn't exactly explode like Hampton did. So getting Judkins for Addison and Marks is doable. Don't trade Marks unless, you get the right offer or trade. Warren, I would only trade Warren. You got Fannin, so you just start Fannin and trusting him. Warren and let's say Warren and Addison for JJ. Warren and Addison for Derrick Henry. Tyler Warren can get you a lot if the person knows football and they know how good Tyler Warren is. So it just depends on what you're talking about. But I definitely feel like Henry is doable. Henry would be a good player to go get. Still doing the workout challenge, lifting weights, walking, getting after it, hoping Bucky is okay. Can we take Bucky a Bucky bath? Yes, we can. Let's do that in celebration here.
Get buckied. Buckied.
Buckied.
Thank you very much, Rhino. Hopefully Bucky is okay. According to the reports, as we mentioned earlier, Bucky, they're still gathering medical opinions, and he's not ruled out yet for week 5. So that's the Bucky Irving update. Appreciate you all, by the way. You guys absolutely rock. If I missed anybody's super chat, you can repeat it in the comments and I'll get to it. Just put a bunch of like red question mark emojis next to it. But don't just say that because you missed it, because I can't redo all those super chats because someone missed it. But most people, about 9 times out of 10, say that I missed it and I didn't. They stepped out or whatever, and I get it. It's long to wait for it. I'm sorry about the wait. A $10 hauler from Joe. Nervous Bucky owner saw him getting hip drop tackle. Yeah, but the thing is about the hip drop tackle, bro, is he came back and had a 70-yard touchdown. After that potential injury, scored the receiving TD the next drive. There you go. Twitter, don't worry about Twitter docs. I got you covered, bro. Joe. We've been doing the fantasy game here longer than any doctor playing fantasy. We may be fantasy football analysts playing doctor, but you're gonna want to follow that, not a doctor playing fantasy, because these guys all over the place. I don't know which one you're referring to, but most of these guys that are in the medical field that are trying to do the fantasy thing right now, they're wrong 9 times out of 10. They come out with this, according to the mechanism angle, and it's like it's not, or they say he either had a torn ACL, a broken ankle, a fractured brain, or a spinal injury, and they give you every option in the world. So everybody's speculating. They don't know nothing, bro. They were vague about everything. They're trying to break down every potential place where he could have got hurt. But there was talk about it being a wrist. There was talk about it being an ankle. And the hip drop tackle in that play, specific play everybody was talking about, he had a 70-yard touchdown right after. So we don't know what it is right now, and they're being very coy, which I don't like, which I think is not right. Listing all running backs, pick one to swap out for Woody Marks on the waiver wire. Benson, Chase Brown, Walker, Dobbins, Monty. Probably of these that you're listing, it's got to be Dobbins, I hate to say. And then pick one tight end, Fannin, Waller. I'm going to go Fannin long-term, Bill. I'm just going to do it live. All right, guys, I appreciate every single one of you. I'll see you at midnight Eastern-ish. We'll be back. Might be like a little bit after. We'll be back. And then if anybody wants to draft with us on Underdog, play $5, get 100. Please click this link that I'm dropping in the live chat. The link that's pinned in the live chat right now is this link. First of all, click this link right here. Play 5, get $100. If you want to draft tonight, smash that link that I just dropped. Coach Smitty gets it done as well. We'll be drafting tonight. Click this link right here. Join the live chat Patreon. There we go. Live chat Patreon, $10 a month. Cancel anytime. 24/7 live chat group. Hit that link that I just dropped. It's fantastic. It's the best place to be. Get some sleep, bro, says Jose. Jose, you get some sleep. I don't need sleep. I don't know why you're saying that. Do I look tired? Jose? Appreciate it, but I'm not tired. Get some sleep. If I walked up to you, Jose, at your job, and say, bro, get some sleep. What are you trying to insinuate? Do I not look like I'm doing my job? Joe, Jose, whatever your name was? Appreciate you, though. I'll see you all at 8 p.m. Eastern. Please hit that Underdog link. Please hit this link and check out the Patreon 24/7 live chat group. All the links are in my description. Okay, so check those out. See you all at 8 p.m. Appreciate all you super chatters. Henry rebounds, right? I mean, I'm buying. Go watch my Henry Chase Brown video, which is one video back. But I mean, he's great. He's a great buy. Jorge says I got Rice for Pittman. Straight up nice. All right, see you all at 8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be back to draft. Thank you, moderators. Thank you, Sick Nasty, Space Ricky, Blackbeard, DeBalt, Travis, Vampy. If I missed a mod, I apologize. Apparently, I need sleep. Not. We don't sleep, bro. All right, see you all in just a little bit. Go watch that video, Trippy. Deuce.